So, now that we've refreshed people's memory about our intrepid party of adventurers, we would like to ask if any of our so-called intrepid adventurers remember what happened last time.
No.
We fought a bunch of statues.
Yes.
Statues.
Oh, I remember that.
All right.
There was
does
a big
anyone,
hole in the middle of a bar.
I got a
does
book
anyone
from the
remember
library.
before the statues what
Yeah.
you're doing, where you are, what you're doing here, and what
Well,
has
we were in
happened
the
so far?
Undermountain. We descended through the yawning portal in order to search
There
for
was a face and a stone.
no.
No.
The Ermbrusk. We're looking for Rutherford Ermbrusk, who was lost here with his party of adventurers about a month ago, including a fellow named Czar, who a guy at the bar also asked us to find and I believe maybe kill because he had taken out some money on
Don't mention it.
on him being dead. So what we did then is we descended. We found a guy who was a survivor and threw him in the basket. Set the basket back up. Went through a door down a hallway. Found a room full of murderous statues. Went to the right and knocked all those guys out of commission. Went through a door and we found a room full of goblins and kobolds or something like that, as well as a guy apparently who is that Czar that we heard about. Yeah.
Or is
And
or
also, I totally picked up a book from that library room.
You did.
that's true.
Right.
I
Yeah.
did.
That's going to come in handy.
So
And there
if you do recall, the last thing, I think maybe one of you listened at the door before you opened it, and you heard some various talking in kobold and goblin languages. And you may have heard them say, "Czar is our leader,"
Yes.
as you burst into the room,
Following a trail of blood.
following a trail of blood. Now, to describe what you're seeing a little bit before you, as these kobolds and goblins are somewhat startled by your appearance, there appeared to be a couple benches full of kobolds and goblins sitting there, looking up at another kobold-looking figure who is sort of standing in front of them and seems to be like giving them stuff to repeat. And they appear to be chanting sort of in name like, "Czar is our leader." But they seem very, very startled as you burst into the room, and they reach for their weapons.
So for our listeners at home, our adventurers have just burst into a rather large room with several pillars, and they're seeing an image that it's kind of set up as it appears to be some kind of living quarters for these kobolds and goblins. There's some beds and food preparation areas and a rack of weapons, and there does seem to be a figure chained to one of the pillars far across the room from them, who is possibly one could surmise where the trail of blood led to. In fact, they probably see some drops of blood leading up to the rather badly injured person chained to the wall there.
Can you make anything
I
would-
more out about that figure?
Probably going to be challenging, as you've just kicked in a door and there's now a fight. So you could spend some time studying and taking that in. You might get stabbed to death in the interim.
I have
Yeah,
these things
but-
called eyes, and they work exceedingly quickly. So
Okay,
I'm just
well-
thinking.
We'll find out about that on your turn.
all right.
I feel.
But probably this would be a great time to roll for initiative.
Well,
No.
I feel like we should try to calm them down and say we seek Czar and are friends of Czar and do not wish to harm them.
Or is Peter stepping forward and announcing this?
Who do we have?
Rushing forward into the room.
Who do we have who is?
Well,
Well, I think I already rushed forward into
Peter's-
the room.
Peter definitely rushed forward. I also may have rushed forward.
And I'm good with diplomacy, so
He's much better than
I
you.
would really like to say, friends, we seek Czar and his compatriots, and do wish you no harm. We do not wish to attack you or Czar.
Give us a diplomacy roll.
All right, so that's D20 plus my modifier.
Indeed.
I would like to just point out that I do speak Goblin, so anything they say back, if it happens to be in Goblin, I at least will be able to understand it.
Good to know.
27.
That is a pretty good diplomacy roll. They seem to falter slightly, but they still are not exactly cool with you bursting into this room.
You've intruded on our space. Lay
Sorry,
down your
we
weapons.
Would you like us to go back out and knock?
Drop your weapons and we'll talk.
Okay. I put my warhammer down, or whatever it is I'm carrying.
Whatever you call this thing.
Sure, I will drop the knife that happens to be in my hand at the moment.
I will set my sword down within reach.
I don't have
Friends.
a weapon. All I have is
Well,
an
they can't.
innocuous
I think they
orb.
can't even see you. I think they can't even see you back there.
Good.
Just looking for Czar. Want to talk to him. Definitely don't want to get in a fight with you guys. We were sent looking for Czar and some of the other members of his band by the family. Not
How did you get through through the statues? Those are supposed to protect us. This is our space. You're intruding.
oh, well, the statues shot at us, so we disabled them so we wouldn't die.
You smashed our statues?
Only the cross.
We were looking.
Only the
We're
crossbow
looking
part.
to save people.
We lost like 8 men trying to figure out how to set those up.
Well,
Wow.
sorry to hear that.
Well, the guy who survived should be able to do it again very easily then.
Except for the parts we smashed. But it was us or them.
There's like 20 more statues out there, dude. It should be easy enough to set it
We
up.
only broke the ones on this side. The other side is great.
I think you're.
I
gonna
could
get me in
probably turn
trouble.
some of them back on.
So, do you happen to know Czar?
Czar's our boss. He's in charge of this whole area.
Oh, cool.
You're on Czar's turf right now.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
So that means he's alive. That's great.
Yeah, he's very much alive.
That's
That's
great.
good. We heard he was alive.
Glad to hear that.
He doesn't like you, probably.
I don't know.
Why not? We've never met.
He had his buddy Rutherford Ermbrusk with him, and the Ermbrusk family wants to know what happened to the whole party, and we'd love to ask Czar what happened.
I don't know anything about that. Look, I work for Czar. I'm doing a good job. I bring in people. He likes that. We go out. We get people. Some of them we rough up. Some of them we kill. We bring them back to Czar. You know, everything works out. You're messing everything up.
Can we?
Why don't you go get Czar and bring him here, and then he can deal with us personally.
They look pretty uncomfortable with that suggestion.
I don't know about that. So, Erica, I believe you speak Goblin, correct?
I do.
And you hear two of the goblins who you've mainly been conversing directly with the leader of the kobolds there. The two goblins kind of elbow each other and start chatting to themselves and kind of whispering in Goblinoid. And they seem to be talking about how they're going to, murder you as soon as they have the chance.
Ah,
I see.
Goblins
okay, who
say
is
that
this
stuff
I'm
all the time.
standing next to here?
That looks like Cat, maybe? I think you're standing next to Cat. And Olesha.
Peter's there all the way out.
I'm
All right,
still
so-
in the here.
I'm going to go ahead and
Malik-
slide into the room, if I may, and just kind of step behind this pillar here.
And Alestrin, do you still have a weapon out, or have you laid your weapon on the floor the way they asked?
It's still, I think, hanging over my shoulder or wherever I generally keep it. It's not in hand.
Keeping it casual.
Exactly right.
If
Just over
if
one shoulder.
if I can get close enough to either Melek or Rizwin to just kind of whisper to them, being like, they're talking about killing us.
I'd say you're close enough to Melik to easily be able to whisper that to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Be
the
like,
one way in the back
boss?
over here.
Boss, they're talking about killing us. Doesn't sound good.
One of the goblins kind of takes a step in front of the kobolds slightly in your direction.
I'm going to pick up my sword while gesturing with my other hand that we don't want to fight, but we're going to be ready to defend ourselves.
Would you consider that? Are you?
it's
Let me
not
ask you a
going
question. Do you think that would be a diplomacy, or is that a bluff?
I feel like it's diplomacy. I'm still trying to talk to them, and also I have a better number for diplomacy.
Very practical.
A true player's argument. Why don't you roll another diplomacy check?
26.
It's pretty good.
My teeth are very white and sparkly.
Look, let me level with you. We're kind of out of room for more prisoners right now, but it looks like you've got some nice stuff on you. Maybe you throw down whatever you have of worth, turn around and walk away. That's the best deal you're getting out of this situation.
I pick up
Maybe
my.
if you
my
bring
axe.
Czar here and he agrees
Czar
with that
doesn't
idea,
get
we'll
brought
consider it.
anywhere. Things get brought to Czar.
I can tell you guys probably will get in trouble if you do something that displeases Czar. So I wouldn't recommend you do anything that might displease him. And perhaps the best way to avoid displeasing him would be to bring him here and find out what he wants to do with us.
Or maybe we could go see him with our stuff.
We could show him our stuff.
Hold on a second.
Ooh, secret DM hand gestures.
Yes. They're conferring
We can see you guys.
behind the screen.
Does anybody read lips?
I speak Goblin, that's all I got.
kobolds start sort of taking up a position that seems like more like they can, cover you guys. They don't seem very, though Peter is being very diplomatic, it does not seem as though that is necessarily within the range of things that they are likely to do.
I definitely mentioned I picked up my axe.
Prepare for that.
Okay.
I would like to
I
move
will also
closer
grab
to
my
the
knife.
door.
All right, so you can.
I'm gonna also move right here.
So you guys, as the goblins, as people are kind of shifting around in this tense kobold goblin Mexican standoff, people take up slight positions.
Hey, wait, there are Mexicans too?
Backstory.
Goblins are of Mexican descent.
That's the guy that's tied to the
Kobolds
pillar
of
in the
Mexican descent. Good God. All right. I have a burrito here. I'll share it with you.
Do you actually have a burrito?
No,
roll bluff.
I don't. That's bluff.
I have already stolen the burrito. I got peckish.
Okay. So as things,
I rolled a 20 bluff for my burrito, by the way. So.
I am hungry, and I've been eating nothing but rats for weeks. While this is happening,
Sorry, it's a rat burrito.
Unfortunately,
Why shouldn't they ate the trash the bar threw down that giant hole?
you guys had picked up your weapons. The goblins have their blades drawn. The kobolds have little slings, and one of the kobolds has it looks like kind of like a small kind of fist-sized clay pot is loaded into a little slingshot that he's got pulled back and pointed at you guys, and his hand slips, and a clay pot whizzes across the room in the direction of Peter.
So much for diplomacy.
All right. So here we go. A clay pot.
Wait, is this Peter standing near me?
He is.
Oh,
He is
man.
exactly
All right.
next to you.
A 20 versus AC.
That's a miss.
The clay pot explodes next to you, showering what appears to be, you think, although you're not entirely sure because it mostly missed
It's
you.
poop, isn't it?
Glue.
Oh.
Some sort of sticky adhesive.
That's not good.
Steve, keep your mouth shut.
It's a family-friendly podcast.
I gotta go.
You could get glue in it. That wouldn't be bad.
All right, so if everybody would select their little tokens and then click the initiative button, I think if you can see that.
Which
It should show up below the video.
Aw.
And let me bring up, here is our initiative tracker.
Go in.
It's not currently sorted.
And I will initiative for that, guys.
So many numbers.
Roll 20 hates me.
I win.
Really?
What do I win?
All right.
A chance to die first.
Aw.
Alestrin, did you roll? I think we're missing you.
I'm there.
I see you're there. Sorry. Okay. Your name is so much longer than everyone else.
I'm the single digit one.
All right. So let me just resort that. And that is our order. Okay. So this is our first real combat encounter in this campaign.
This is your first opportunity to fight creatures that move.
Yeah. See if you do better against them than you do against statues.
Keen.
I'm
So
skeptical.
we are going to go in initiative order. As I sort of advance through this, you'll see whoever's turn will pop to the top of the turn order window. And on your turn, you can take some actions. So we'll start with Rizwin, who has rolled a pretty impressive 21 initiative. What would you like to do?
I'm trying to find out if cause fear is like a distance thing or only for right next to me.
Hey,
If you look at it, it should give you the range at the top of the power.
hey, Dan.
10. Oh, that's a lot of range.
Dan, I have to apologize.
great.
I have a modifier I didn't put in my initiative roll.
And it should take it into account.
Okay.
It did with me anyway. I can't roll a 21 with a
Oh,
d20.
that's fair enough. Okay, great.
I can actually look at it, and I believe you're.
I just rolled really badly. Okay, got it.
You're referring to your improved initiative.
Yes.
Yeah, that's taking into account. You rolled a 5.
Pretty bad. Okay, got it.
Pro tip: roll higher numbers.
I am living in my parents' basement. I don't have much initiative. Okay.
All right, so Sarah,
Who just said roll higher numbers? Was that Tony?
That was Tony. Okay, so which of the our opponents that I can see looks the most dangerous?
why don't you give me a perception roll?
It seems very
Okay.
dark in here too. What's up with that?
I'll fix that.
Perception.
The torch people are outside.
But don't these guys have light? I guess not.
I see torches all around the periphery of the room.
Kobolds
here.
are horrible interior decorators. No offense, but it's true.
There's some sort of spit of meat roasting in the center of the
very
room
high.
too. That
Yeah.
should provide some light.
All right, so you are able to see with a 7 on your perception. There's 5 adversaries or 5 obvious adversaries in the room across from you. There's 2 goblins up at the front, and they're armed with little pointy daggers. There's 2 kobolds kind of behind them that have slings and they've got little bandoliers with clay pots. We just saw one of those whiz off in the direction of Peter, but it didn't hit him.
Wow.
Okay.
That's good, because I don't want him whizzing on me.
The 5th and final adversary behind that, there is a kobold who was doing most of the talking during your little negotiation strategy. And he seems to just be armed with, it looks like just a stick.
Go right for him.
I'm going to cause fear on that guy.
On stick guy?
Stick guy.
All right.
How do I do
That guy is what we call a kobold worm priest.
a what?
A worm priest.
A worm priest.
DMs, is the lighting really this bad in here? I mean, like,
I'm fixing it.
okay.
Dan is fixing
Apologies.
it.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay.
Oh,
Is that better?
yeah, that's much better.
Aha. There's guys.
This dungeon has a dimmer switch. We've cranked it up.
I see language lessons down in the bottom right.
Mood
there.
lighting.
All right. Yeah. So
So I roll a d20, right?
yes.
To see if I hit him. All right.
And add you've added your modifier there, which is 5. Can you tell me what is that attacking?
It's attacking the guy with the stick.
Up at the top, this guy up here.
Yeah.
All right.
That guy.
And tell me, according to your power, what defense does that target? Which would say versus something.
Versus wisdom
AC
versus will.
reflex. Will. So
Okay.
targets his will.
So was that first one? You rolled a 2 and then a 17 was one of those.
That was 7 was her
The 7
No, the
perception.
the 7 was perception, and then the 22 was.
Okay, so that's a 22 versus will. Yeah, you
Yeah.
nail that guy. Tell me what happens to him.
He gets really afraid, so the target is compelled to take a free action to move as far away from you as it can, moving a number of squares equal to the speed plus my charisma modifier, which is apparently plus 2. Avoids hindering terrain, difficult terrain if it can. Movement is not considered forced movement, so it does provoke opportunity attacks.
So the sight of this imposing dwarf cleric entering the room causes this kobold to suddenly decide that he would like to be pretty far away.
All right, so he sort of takes off down here. He's probably going all the way as far as he can down into this corner.
Hiding behind.
Sort of like, yeah,
Some
he's hiding
furniture.
behind these little bedrolls, and he's like, "You guys deal with them."
Now, Rizwin, can I just check? Does that power target one person or one area?
Just one person.
Okay, so the kobold worm priest he's pretty spooked.
How long does that have a?
I think it's just a one-time thing.
All right, so he may be back, but right now he is running away and trying to keep his distance from Rizwin, who seems pretty scary.
Heck yeah, I am pretty scary.
So what kind of action was that? Was that a standard action?
It was a standard action.
All right, you still have a move and a minor at your disposal.
All right. I totally forget what the minor actions are. Sorry.
Do a little dance.
Mostly it's a question of whether you have any powers that do minor actions.
Yes, I do, in fact. I have a Favor of the Gods, Turn Undead. These guys are obviously not undead.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, God.
You may not. I mean, if you don't have a minor action to do, you can just pass on that.
I would
Question
cast a
might-
healing word on myself because I do not have that many hit points.
Okay.
So I'm casting that. Gain 1d6 additional hit points. Okay. So healing surge and plus 1d6.
Okay.
So how much is a healing surge again?
It depends on your character. It's on the front page underneath where your hit points are.
I wonder where my hit points are. Okay.
Surge values.
It's generally about a
7.
quarter of your total. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 7 plus 1d6, which at this point is 1. That's not very many.
Oh, 8 hit points back.
8 hit points back, which I think gets me back to full power.
Okay. Would you like to move at all?
I think I will stay where I am because I have some cover.
You do.
All right. We will move on in that case to Flessa.
All right. Excuse me. Can somebody please refresh my memory as to what the range on a thrown dagger is? It doesn't say on my power or my sheet.
I believe the range on a throw dagger is not super far, but I think it's 6. Let me look it up.
I think it might be 5.
I was thinking it was 5 or 6.
I think it's 5 or
It may
10
be
at a
5.
disadvantage.
Maybe less than that. Yeah. Sorry. It is thrown. Yep. So 5, and you can throw it up to 10 with a penalty. I believe it'll be a -2.
Is it -2?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to move up a little bit in order to be able to throw. I don't really feel like racing right into the middle of combat because I've been told not to do that. So instead, I'm going to move to the good spots behind the pillars are already taken. You cowards.
Guys, I put a lot of pillars in the map. Feel free to use all the pillars.
Some of them may have blades in the base, though, so watch out.
All right, I'm going to go behind this pillar over here.
All right.
And
Whoa!
wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that still puts me within 5 of.
Monty, are you broadcasting from a Benihana?
All
That
dogs
guy.
are removed from the podcast versions. You watching the video version of this get the dog barks and Monty's screen back there, so that's nice.
All right, has this
Live
this
from
guy
Spock's cabin.
has he moved yet or done anything yet? Taken action? Is he flat-footed? Is basically what I'm asking.
He did get up from that bench, but he didn't really move since you were in combat. So I would say that you're asking if you have combat advantage on him.
Yep.
Probably not at this point, since he's been waiting.
Okay.
He had his blade out waiting for you guys to fight.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay. Good enough. Just curious. All right. Well, either way, I am going to toss a sly flourish in his general direction. And if I'm lucky, I will hit. So let's see. That is 18.
Nice.
All right. So that is an 18 versus, is that AC?
AC.
All right. Yeah, you nail that goblin in the shoulder with your dagger.
Awesome. So I will do 9 points of damage to him.
All right. He will take 9 points of damage. He looks unhappy about that. You've moved and you've thrown a dagger.
I moved.
Anything else?
Yes. I don't have any ranged minors, so I will just stay here.
All right. We're up to Cat.
All right. I'm going to move into the room. And let's see, is that a range 10? It is a range 10. I'm going to use Grasping Tide, which is a burst one. And I'm going to drop it right here so it hits those 3 dudes.
All right.
And Grasping Tide. A vortex of water appears amidst your foes, drawing them into its grasp.
They seem pretty startled about that. Let's rolls. You must start with the kobold at the top and then
time
move
yet.
Yep, to the goblins.
to the goblins.
Sure. Plus 7. Okay. That's 15 for the kobolds against fortitude.
That will hit the kobold. What about the goblins?
23.
Yep.
And 10. Probably not.
Let's see. Versus fortitude. That will not hit the last goblin. So you hit the kobold and the middle goblin.
Okay. So they each take 7 damage.
Okay.
And in addition to that, until the end of my next turn, if they leave the burst's area of effect, which FYI is this, I can use an opportunity action to make a secondary attack.
All right. That's good to know. Does that apply only to the ones that you hit, though?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Only on hit.
That lead goblin that Flessa hit with a dagger and has now been slightly drowned as well is not looking great. He is bloodied.
Woohoo!
Kat, you have moved and used an at will. Do you have any minor actions you'd like to do?
No, I'm good as is.
All right. We move on to Melek, who's maybe muted.
And I will raise my orb and cast
Hey now,
Grasping
hey now.
Shadows.
Grasping Shadows. All right. What's that look like?
Mostly shadows, so sort of like that.
Okay. Fair enough.
It is a burst 1 within 10 squares.
All right.
If I knew how to...
I think you just click. There.
That square right
All right. So the
there.
same place that
Seems to be a popular square.
that
square.
Ren's grasping
Good
waters
square.
went down is now watery and shadowy.
Yes. Shadows will writhe in the designated area and continue to the end of my next turn.
All right. So we'll do the same thing.
Doesn't sound so
If any of
bad.
these guys
Target
survive,
that,
they're going to be like, shadowy water! Oh, God! Oh!
So let's start with the kobold at the top and then move down to the goblins.
All right. I get a +7. It is versus Will.
All right.
My first roll.
9 versus Will. All right. That guy does not seem very impressed by your shadows. That guy seems way more impressed.
Plus, I have a +1 bonus against bloodied foes. if
Oh
one of
yeah,
them is.
he's pretty shadowy. How about this last guy? Yeah,
Oh.
also very much in shadow. All right, so what is that? What effect does that have on these two goblins?
Well,
Just makes
On
it
it.
dark.
yeah,
It's not a big deal.
it's just a little moodier.
It's ambiance.
Music.
They become very
ambiance
emo.
On hit, it is 1d8 plus my int modifier of 5 psychic damage, and they are slowed until the end of my next turn.
All right, tell me about damage for these two guys.
Hang on.
So yeah, you only have to roll once for damage for them.
All right. 1d8 plus 5.
All right, 8. So they each take 8 points of damage.
And the effect is that any creature that enters the area of the Grasping Shadows will take 5 psychic damage and be slowed.
Okay, all right. And so these two guys who are in here are also already slowed. So I'll find here. They got little snails.
Neat.
So cute.
Excellent. All right, they are looking kind of sluggish.
Snailish.
They seem to be moving like they're in molasses.
Not a great morning for the Goblin Cutthroats.
They are not having the best day. You have moved and use or did you?
I did not move.
You didn't move.
No.
Would you like to move or do anything else?
I kind of like it out where I am. No, I'm going to move.
There's available pillars.
I'm going to move into the room just in case the doors suddenly slam.
Always a good call.
Oh.
All right.
I'm cool.
It is time for the Goblin Cutthroats, who are slowed. One of them is bloodied, and they're like a little bit waterlogged at this point too.
And shadowy.
Not having the best day.
Well, I think even though they are going to risk a follow-up attack from Cat by leaving that area, I think they do not want to stay there. They are armed with little daggers. It seems like really their only chance here is to get out of this area. And
Ooh,
and
they have daggers.
and
Kill them,
and
guys. I want them.
so now they are slowed, which is going to impede them. I believe, Dan, probably their best thing they could do is charge. They could move and charge out of that area.
Indeed.
So they're going to do that. They're going to scoot forward and charge Peter. But I guess we get to find out what happens with Cat's attack first, because I don't know. Maybe one or more of them will be dead before they get.
I think only this middle one is
vulnerable. To
vulnerable
that.
because you did not hit the bottom one.
All right.
So let's start
so
with
that
that.
guy lurches forward, and Cat.
Rolling 27. He's definitely going to get
That's
me.
a
Crit.
critical, I believe.
Ouch.
Oh, yep. Yep, it is.
Wait, no, you didn't. I don't think you rolled. I think you typed 20.
Oh.
I see your tricks. Cheat to win.
Always a winning strategy.
Yeah. Typing high numbers.
You
See,
got it.
that's how you're supposed to do it.
24.
That's still pretty good.
Suck it.
All right. What kind of damage is that?
You
do
take
to
a
that goblin?
minus 24 penalty for cheating.
How can you tell what she even rolled? I don't see
It
her.
says 20, not
It's in
D20. It doesn't have the nice little die icon behind
It
it.
says 20 plus 7. That's
It's
typing
just
wrong,
math.
actually.
subtle.
It's just
All
math.
right, so unfortunately, my secondary attack doesn't do any damage, but he is knocked prone.
Oh, okay. So he ain't going nowhere.
So he takes a
No.
step to go forward and instead
No, I think she got it.
falls flat on his face due to the shadowy water all around him.
Yes, and now he has combat advantage, right?
to
He
creatures adjacent to
he
him.
grants
Yes.
combat
Well,
advantage.
let's see. Let me see if I can
Alright.
find a way to.
Dan will find a prone symbol for him to go with his little snail sad symbol. But that first one is going to make it across the room to Peter, I believe.
All right. So this guy's going to charge right up on Peter.
So, Peter,
Yep.
he is going to just try and poke at you with his little dagger.
Okay.
Dan, you want to roll in a dagger attack?
It's not the first time
Dagger,
someone's
short
done
sword,
that.
short sword. All right. It's actually a short sword.
Yeah.
It looks
Wow,
like
what
a large guy.
what kind of a training paladin place did you go to, Jason?
That is a 22 versus AC.
Yeah, that
I
hits
believe,
me.
with the charge.
It was
All right.
a paladin by mail course.
Does not have combat advantage on you, but he will. So we'll do 9 damage.
So he jabs Peter right in the side with his pointy little goblin short sword. In addition,
Ow!
because goblins, you may not know this, are shifty. So he can, in fact, he does that. He runs right up to you and stabs you. And then he does kind of a little dance sidestep over to here
Doesn't seem that slowed.
and does that.
He doesn't seem that slowed because his slowed reduces his speed to 2. So he basically moved, then charged, and then as part of his hitting, he got to like dance over. So yes, that is true. He is not super
It
slowed,
was a
but
slow
this other
dance,
guy
though.
is totally knocked
He
out.
waltzed.
All right.
All right.
I think that's it for the goblin.
That's it for the
cutthroats.
goblins. We move on to the kobold slingers.
Well, the kobolds, they have their little slingshots with bandoliers of clay pots, and they're ready. They're just going to fire 2 more. Now, I'd say the top one is definitely going to go right for Peter.
Are you sure the guy who accidentally shot a pot already is ready again?
He uses
Take
a
a
minor
little while for him
action
to-
to load his little sling. They were thinking about you.
Just keeping you
Alestrin.
honest, guys.
And in fact, the other one will target Alestrin.
Talking back gets you targeted.
Alestrin does have cover, but
Pillars!
pillars. Why doesn't the Kobold Slinger #1 take a shot on Alestrin, but he'll take a -2 penalty to that due to the
Do the cover.
Cover,
All right.
yeah.
He fires away. 24 versus AC, so
So-
that's a 22 versus AC.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. So that does.
Which guy was that? Is that this top guy?
yeah.
That's the top guy. Yep.
All right, I want to know who I need to take revenge against.
All right. So that explodes, as you saw earlier, into what appears to be glue. So you are covered in glue, and you're kind of stuck in place. You are
Oh
immobilized.
no.
It's all right. I'm behind a pillar. It's cool.
You also take 6 damage.
Oh, come on.
Glue damage.
Hot glue.
I
Give me a
mean,
break.
you got hit with a clay pot full of glue. That hurts.
Ow.
Let's see.
Do I have to explain pot to you, Alestrin? Kobold pots?
It's
right.
legal in this province.
in this Undermountain.
Undermountain is in Colorado, so
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little net to indicate that you're slow or you're immobilized.
All right. So you've been immobilized by goopy glue. The other one,
6 damage from a pot with glue, but okay.
It's really gross smelling glue.
Oh, okay. That's understandable then.
the other one is going to lob a similar pot full of something in the direction of Peter.
And that is a 20 versus AC.
Miss.
It clatters off your shield if you have a shield. And it looks like that one was also a pot full of glue. And let's see.
Narrowly avoided a sticky Peter.
These guys
That's
are
good
boring.
news.
Yeah. Do they want to do anything to
They don't.
try and improve their situation in life?
Nope.
Surrender
They
is
are
a minor
They
action.
are not. They are not very motivated. These guys.
I think this one, the topmost kobold, is going to kind of scamper back a little bit and take cover. He likes this whole pillar situation that you guys have revealed. And he is going to go, Dan, you got it? He was going to take cover up behind the top pillar. And his friend will do something similar, but behind the bottom pillar. Now you guys can spend like 40 minutes lobbing shots across the room at each other, barely hitting each other because of cover.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Great news.
All right, we're moving on to the worm priest who was cowering down in the corner, and then suddenly seems to like shake his head and come
He
to.
starts
and
kind of like slapping himself in the face.
wondering,
Get it
what
together,
exactly he was
Wormy.
doing.
Come on, put it together.
Everybody's looking at you. Into
So
this.
he starts waving his stick around and he's doing some kind of hand symbols. And he is going to use his Insight Faith power.
He's probably going to move up here actually before doing that, just
Yeah.
so he's close to his buddies.
Wormy's waving his stick around again.
So
Enunciation, Jason. Enunciation.
Insight Faith,
Crumb crisp coating.
which lets him help out his kobold buddies, who each now gain 5 temporary hit points. And if they so desired, could shift a square. But they're pretty good behind those pillars where they are right now.
The goblins seem unhappy that they did not get any temporary hit points.
Second-class goblins.
Yeah. And having done that, he starts whirling his stick around a little bit more. And this time, an orb of energy forms in front of it. And he's going to hurl that in the direction of, he saw one person kind of hurl an orb of bad stuff into the room. So I think we're going to see some orb versus orb fighting here. Melik.
Celestrin. What?
Melik,
That guy!
an orb of energy arcs over in your direction. You want to
I
roll
don't go
that,
waving
Dan?
my orbs around when I walk into a room, dude.
20
So,
versus
I'm safe.
reflex.
20 versus reflex, Melik.
That will hit me.
You take 9 acid damage as
I
the
would rather
orb
not.
clips you.
So
All right.
so far, pot damage and acid damage. Stay in
Yeah.
school, kids.
There's a very subtle message here. Winners are kobolds. We'll find out how this
William
adventure
R.
ends.
Sessions.
That's not determined yet.
All right. I think that's it for the kobold worm priest. So we are back around to
Oh, well, not background. We are to the rest of the party.
yeah.
We're into the drag.
No, I've been waiting back here.
All right, Peter Dragonforge, show us what you're made of.
I'm just doing a virtuous strike on that guy who's right above me, and is he flanked by any chance there?
He is not flanked. However, if
Unless that pillar is your friend.
you
Unless
That
you like
pillar
to
is
step-
our friend.
Not
You
you.
could
You step
move.
forward.
Monty is correct. If you shifted over to that square to your right, you and Rizwin would be flanking that guy.
Heck yeah.
That goblin suddenly seems nervous about his situation.
Or Cat. That also works.
Shifted. Okay, so I'm going to shift there as my move.
So you now have combat advantage against him.
And now I'm going to do my virtuous strike against him. What's
right.
my combat advantage?
+2.
All right. 21.
21 against a
Nice.
goblin. I tell you, that stabs right into that sucker. What kind of damage does it do?
Peter penetrates. Yes.
6.
Sorry.
All right, he takes 6 points of damage. Does that have any additional effect?
No, that's radiant damage. I get a +2 bonus to saving throws until the start of my next turn.
All right.
And as my minor, I'm going to use the Divine Challenge to mark this fellow.
All right.
So he's going to, if he targets anybody but me, he is going to be sad.
All right. Let me
Melancholy,
grab-
even.
And we need a good symbol for Peter. There we go. Little angel wings. He's marked.
Nice, nice.
Divinely marked. All right. So you're all set.
Every time you kill a goblin, never mind. All right.
Lestrin, what do you got?
You are currently glued to the floor.
Yes. Do I save against that at the end of the turn here?
Indeed, you would.
Okay.
If you want to end your turn, you can save right now.
Who can I reasonably see here? Can I spot that dude that's stashed behind the pillar that hit me with a pot earlier?
I would say he has cover, but you could definitely shoot over at him.
You would say he
pretty
has
good
cover,
with a
really?
bow. Yeah.
In addition, that goblin that you hit earlier is in the middle. However, he is prone, which will make it a little bit harder for you to hit him.
You have a
And
great
the-
shot on that worm priest.
And there is also a goblin who is being.
I do?
flanked by
Because it looks
Cat.
to me like I would be blocked pretty clearly by the pillar here.
You're pretty good at poking around your own pillar and hitting guys. It's other people's pillars that are more going to be a problem for hitting them.
Okay.
You can lean
Fight it
out,
back.
basically.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
like slowly.
I'm not
with
that
the glue.
immobile is what you're saying. The
well,
glue hit my
you're not
feet.
immobilized. Your feet are glued to the floor. The
right.
rest of your body is still mobile.
So we did 6 foot damage
Yeah.
with a pot
You're-
of glue.
Your quiver
Is what you're
full
saying.
of glue.
All right. I'm going to.
You're going to have a hell of a dry cleaning bill.
Yeah, don't do glue, don't do pot, don't do acid, none of this stuff.
Wow.
Oh man, wait till they get to the bugbears and just help gasoline.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a
boy.
message there.
I have a battle that does 10 crack damage. I don't know if that's a thing.
Very
That's
street.
just
very,
sad.
very street, Jason. Very street.
Yeah, I know. Actually,
All
all,
right,
all
so,
my things are heroic or heroin related. So
I'm going to go ahead and launch a 2-fanged strike against this worm priest back here in the back. And I think I have to. Do I roll twice for that? It basically means you sink 2 arrows or both of your blades into the flesh of your enemy, causing it to howl in pain.
That
Yes.
sounds pretty scary.
So basically, I'm shooting two arrows at the dude, which means I probably have to roll twice. Is that correct?
I think this is 1. Yeah, 2 attacks. Indeed. So yeah, roll twice, and
Okay.
if you hit with both of them, it apparently you do more damage.
I do. You are correct.
All right. So tell me about those 2 attacks.
So here's the first one. That is a 10.
That
VAC.
one will probably not hit him.
Hint: 10 and below is not good. 20 and
Okay.
above is really great.
Thank
in
you.
between depends.
Thank you so much for that. That one's a 15.
I think he's telling you to roll higher.
Unfortunately, that 15-1 is going to go wide as well.
Oh.
See, if you're a veteran from the other campaign, I thought we had discussed that higher numbers are better.
He's a flippin' priest. He's waving a stick around. How does that
He
miss?
seems to, as the arrows come next to him, he just sort of bats them aside with his stick. He doesn't
Oh, how
very concerned
embarrassing
about
for
it.
you.
All right. Well, since I have a minor left, I'm going to go ahead and make this goblin here, who is the closest guy that I can see. He's going to be my quarry.
Wow, this guy's
The next
getting all
one.
sorts of.
Symbols.
Yeah.
Lots of love for that goblin.
What's
And
Steve's
his little dagger.
quarry look
That gives
like?
me an extra 1d6 if I hit
How
him.
about this nice little
Yeah.
thing here? Incidentally, so who?
Asterisk. That's nice.
Monty, did you slow these guys?
Yeah.
How long does that last?
The answer to your question is until the end of its next turn.
Okay, so technically these guys are no longer slowed.
Let's see if we can load these guys up with so many statuses that we can't see the icon anymore.
My favorite part about Dungeons and Dragons is when it becomes completely unmanageable.
All right, Lestern, you all set?
Yeah, I can't move, so I need to roll against.
Make your save.
Yep.
Roll a d20.
Try and de-sticky yourself.
Any modifiers for that at all?
I don't believe so.
All right, that's a 20.
Oh,
so
wow.
I think I'm
You are.
remobilized.
You sort of just like grab like a dagger from your belt and like cut yourself out.
I don't accidentally saw through the floor and fall through to the second level, do I?
That would be on a 1.
Yeah.
All right, and now I believe we are back around to the top of the order with this one.
It's true. Let's see. Is anybody in dire need of healing?
I'm not in dire need,
wouldn't
but
say
I'm
dire.
not super happy.
Okay, then I'm gonna hit this guy with my hammer/axe, whatever it is I have.
Do that. Do the hitting. Yeah, hitting thing is good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit this guy.
All right.
Oh.
This
What's
guy
that
is
look
so screwed.
How did I D20? So the
This guy is like, hey, there's like 5 other guys. Why me?
What are you hitting him with, Sarah?
I'm hitting him with whatever the heck this thing is called, Mordenkrad.
Is there a specific attack you are using, or
It is a melee attack.
would you like to use? You have at will attacks that you can use as much as you want, which may be better than some of your like a melee basic.
Wait, what is my at will attack?
I believe you have one called Sonlinor's Hammer.
Oh, well, shit, I'll use that.
Indeed.
My weapon is guided by my faith to strike true and weaken my enemy's zeal.
Otherwise, you could just hit him with a hammer.
Yeah, this is way better.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
with
like-
a hammer
yeah,
this is
and
a-
some extra god in it.
Yeah, glowy
Okay,
hammer. With
well, at will, I will smash him with my hammer.
All right.
He looks like a nail.
And when he looks like a nail, Risman hammers him.
Okay.
All right. Did you roll a 20 on that? No, that's
I have
less
not
than-
yet
all right.
rolled anything.
Sorry, I saw the 20 last. I got excited. I was like, keep waiting for you guys to roll, Chris. All right.
So let's
Roll
see.
away.
Roll away, and I do I add a modifier?
It's the same bonus. It should tell you at the top of that where it says Mordenkrad. I think it says plus something versus AC.
+6, I
Wait,
guess.
Mordenkrad? Whatever happened to Morden Kane?
I don't know.
That's a
He
dude.
died.
This is a hammer.
Um,
It's +8, I believe, Sarah.
Oh,
It's all right. Just add 2 to that roll.
1.
Is Big B still involved in any way, incidentally?
There are, I
In
believe,
Dungeons
some
and
big
Dragons?
spells.
Wait, I don't remember
Good.
that.
/roll space d20 plus whatever. In this case, 8.
Gotta keep some
I am
traditions
not good
alive.
with computers.
There you go. 26.
And
Yeah.
Yes.
You also have combat advantage.
Yeah.
So he's really hit.
Yeah. He's hammered.
Okay, cool. He's hammered. So base damage is 2d6 plus 4 with the Solinnor's hammer. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's 2d6 plus 6 damage.
Yep.
So is that combined to 4d6 plus 10, or that's just 2d6
No.
plus?
2d6 and then add 6.
All right, I can do that. 6 plus 6.
All right. So you got 12 damage on that guy.
So that guy was
Yeah.
kind of distracted by Peter, who marked him, and you just basically wallop him in the back of the head with a hammer.
Feeling
is
pretty good about
bloody.
yourself, aren't you?
Ouch.
I believe that has a additional effect on him.
Does it? Solinnor's hammer. He gets, let's see, 1 plus wisdom modifier damage. The next attack the target makes before the end of my next turn takes a penalty to the damage roll equal to my charisma modifier, which is +2.
So he's like He's like,
Yeah. You ring his bell.
yeah.
That's right.
So if next time he gets off an attack on somebody, that is going to be a little bit nerfed because he is really still shaken from being introduced to your Mordenkrad.
If he gets the next attack on somebody, because I think he's got a lot of people.
He has taken some damage, so he's looking kind of ragged, but he's still in there.
At this point, it seems only sporting to give him one last.
You guys decide, yeah. All right, anything else you'd like to do, Rizwan?
I would like to, let's see, who needs the most healing?
I need 9 points of healing, which
As
is
do I.
almost a third of my.
I'm down.
Totality.
I'm almost bloodied. I'm 15 points
Okay.
down.
Well, since Peter,
Yeah, Peter.
I will then heal Peter.
All right, this is, I believe, the second use of your healing word, which is all you have in this encounter.
Oh.
Just
Okay.
FYI.
Well, do
You
if he's
are
only-
welcome to do.
He's almost bloodied, so yes.
All right. So Peter can regain a healing surge plus some additional hit points, I believe.
Yes. So it's plus 1d6 additional hit points, and apparently it's burst.
It just means that you can affect someone. You don't have to be next to them. It means anyone within 5 of you can be affected by this, but it's only a particular target.
I see. Okay. Then yes, you magically get to spend his healing surge and get plus 1d6.
Great. I am feeling good now. I rolled my d6 and that's 4, so that's 8 plus 4, and I'm much closer. I can take way more damage, which I think I'm going to do. So yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
So
that's what I'm here for.
You've attacked and used a minor action. Would you like to move at all? Are you happy where you are?
No, I like the pillar.
All right. We'll move on to Flessa.
Hug the
All right.
pillar.
Well, I'm going to move over to here.
I'd like to take this opportunity to point out just how absolutely cruel it was to name your character Peter, Jason.
He shrugs. All right, so I'm going to scooch over to here, and look at that, I have combat advantage.
Well,
so-
how far have you scooched over there?
2.
But I think
Am I
you
wrong?
do not get combat advantage on him because he's sitting down, right?
No, this guy.
Oh, on that guy, on the guy next to you?
You're good.
Sorry, my mistake. I thought you were targeting the guy who's in the
That
middle
guy.
of the room.
No, it's the guy we're beating up.
Yeah, that guy, he's like, there's more of you? All right,
Ta-da!
give him a stab.
I do a little flourish. As a matter of fact, I really do a little flourish. It's a sly flourish.
Oh.
I, wave with one hand and then stabricate him with the other hand. Which, let's see.
Stabricate. I love it.
Okay, and this is like first. So that one is
27.
27.
That's with an additional +2 if you didn't already take that account, or did you?
Oh no, I forgot. I was so excited about it, and then I forgot immediately.
So almost into the 30s there.
All right, so yeah, that's
Okay.
definitely
Wow.
going to hit that guy.
That guy is so
All right.
screwed.
Tell me about some damage.
Okay, so first of all, let's see. So I get my sneak attack? Yes?
Yeah.
No, how do I? Okay, this is a lot of damage rolling. I haven't actually had to do this yet. So it's roll the regular damage, which is D4 plus 1. I can't. It would be easier if I could actually reach my keyboard. So how do you roll 2 dice in the same roll, or should I just do it separately and add them together? Which
It's
is easier?
entirely up to you. You can roll like D4 plus 2D6 plus something. Like you just keep adding pluses between them, essentially.
Okay. All right. Do I have to type roll for each separate die then?
No, I think you can just type /roll D4 plus 2D6 plus whatever modifier you want.
Okay. Plus, I'll try it then. 2D, except that it's 2D8, according to this.
Even better.
Way more Ds.
2D8
Most D's.
plus, and I do get, it says I get +1 to damage rolls against a creature, granting combat advantage to me. So
Indeed.
that's 2D8 plus 1. Okay. There you go, 22.
Oh,
So
there
a
was
D4 plus 7 and 2D8 plus 1.
That goblin had so many stories to tell. He had a
His
kid.
kidneys were like outlined in neon. I was just like, oh, right there.
That goblin collected model trains. He had so many.
It's possible you stabbed him so hard that you just vaporized him.
If he's
So-
carrying a model train, I am so picking that up.
Yeah, you stab through the model train into his kidneys as you deal 22 points of damage
Aw.
to that already barely alive goblin.
That
I'm
poor
sorry,
goblin.
model train.
That poor goblin had 4 hit points.
I think his
Murdered.
friends. I think his friends in this
Murdered.
room didn't like him very much. Let Billy just do what he does.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. So one
Everyone
of
else
those
hid
goblins-
behind pillars or
What-
flung themselves to the floor.
That other goblin is now dedicated to murdering you all and returning the
Yeah,
slightly
that
bent, bent model train to the
That other
child's-
goblin
to the
yells-
goblin's child.
Jimmy! No!
No way. That model train is mine. I am going to.
You did
I will
throw a
defend it.
dagger
Well,
through it, so
all
it's-
right, Flessa. Have you?
It's a little used.
Is that? Have you done enough damage on your turn, or do you have anything else you'd like to do?
Any
Like
other
to continue
lives
your-
you'd like to
Would you like to
ruin?
continue your murder spree?
I think I'm going to use my minor action to kind of like wipe off some of the blood that's splattered on
That's
my
a free
face.
action.
Oh, well.
All right. Well,
That'll be
that is-
Bust out a
that is
wet nap. You got a
dead.
free action.
a dead goblin. All right, Cat. You just saw Flessa murder a goblin in, well, not cold blood, but
Hot, sticky goblins.
No, this blood's kind of warm.
Goblin
and sticky.
blood.
In sticky goblin blood. Well, I think I'm gonna go after the other goblin, given how he's just sitting there.
Minding his own business.
Watching
Lying on the
his
floor,
buddy die.
Potentially playing dead.
I'm going to use a jolt of lightning.
Oh boy.
Now that goblin is harder to hit because he is on the floor.
Because he's prone.
Because you
Right.
knocked him down.
I did. That's only if ranged, right? That's not area.
Correct.
Maybe I'll just do another grasping tide then.
You could certainly do that.
Yeah, let's do that. So we'll do another grasping tide, and drop a burst here.
Okay.
+7. 23.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that goblin is suddenly just like drowning in an inch of water. How
I
much
mean, he's
damage?
already prone.
How much
so-
damage does that do?
Do you get combat advantage?
No,
Because
you do
he's-
not.
Okay.
You get neither combat advantage nor take a penalty with an area attack.
Okay, that's fine. He is going to take D6 +5. He's going to take 6 damage. And again,
He
tries
drowns
to-
in an inch of water.
Dan, I really feel like I was too emotionally attached to the first two goblins they met.
Sorry about that.
Like, this is really dark now. I don't know if we can go on.
Never even learned his name.
It was Tim.
Poor Tim.
Oh.
What were
Yeah,
his
Say a
wood
small prayer.
What were
over
his hobbies, Tony?
Woodshop.
Does he have any toys on his corpse right now?
You can find out later when you rifle through his only belongings.
We
I
tried
look forward to
negotiating with
Say it
him.
with so little sadness.
All right, Kat, are you all set?
I am all set.
Melek, goblins have been eliminated. What would you like to do?
Well, I am not happy with this guy with the stick because he attacked me.
He did with an energy orb.
Yes, and I forgot that I had ways of responding to that sort of thing. So we will move forward, and I will attack him with the Charm of Misplaced Wrath.
That's how I think of you always, Monty.
Is your character like a psychoanalyst, like a projection?
We start off with this attack here. 19 versus Will.
Will, yeah, that'll hit a kobold worm priest.
Excellent. It says here I am bending his mind, filling it with wrath, even as I twist its senses.
It just kind of spins around a lot.
So we start by sliding him up to 3 squares, and he will be dazed until the end of my next turn.
So with a slide, you can move him in whatever direction you want. You could push him away from you. You could pull him toward you. You could do something funky diagonal. You basically get to decide where he's going to move up to 3 squares, I believe you said.
In fact, I believe you get to slide him even more because you're really good at orbs and you're
Good at
also an
orbs.
enchantment. He is expert at orbs, and I believe he also. This is a charm attack, correct? Yes.
Yes.
So you are an enchantment apprentice. So technically, you can slide him 6 squares,
Hey,
which is
everybody,
a lot.
let's do the funky diagonal.
You can put him almost anywhere. You'd like
I
to-
wish to put him here.
All
You
right.
should put him next to Peter.
Nope.
Yeah,
This is a better
bring him next to
plan.
the.
All right. He slides him
Because
up.
the charm is not finished with its misplaced wrath.
Oh,
That was the charm part. You haven't seen the misplaced wrath. So he
I-
scampers. He gets slid over next to his buddy. He looks very surprised at that. And then what happens, Monty?
The target makes a basic attack against a creature of your choice as a free action. The basic attack gains a +2 power bonus to the damage roll.
All right. So he lashes out with, I believe, a spear that he happens to have in his hand.
turns out the other end of that stick, pointy.
Both of them seem pretty surprised when he stabs at his guy with an 18 versus AC, which I believe will stab a kobold. So
Excellent.
his buddy gets impaled and takes 10 damage.
Was that with the +2 power bonus to the
Oh,
damage?
yeah, 12 damage. Thank you for reminding me.
Is the power bonus to the attack or to damage?
It's to damage.
Damage.
Nice.
Yeah. He did not like that.
So that kobold watches as his friend stabs him with a spear, and there's now a large part of the inside of that kobold on the outside, mainly the blood part.
Excellent.
That is a man who knows how to handle his orb. I am super impressed.
And
All
this
right.
guy will be dazed until the end of my next turn. I feel like I've done good work here, and I am done.
Try to
right,
out-orb
so-
Melech? Forget it.
I wish I had an orb.
He is dazed.
Orb versus orb action.
So does John Kruk, Steve.
And Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
He looks pretty dazed. So Ephrai dazed grants combat advantage if you can happen to get at that guy.
It's going to severely limit what he can do on his turn also.
All right, are you all set, Melik?
Yeah.
All right. Kobold Slingers. So that guy up there just got stabbed by his boss.
So if he thinks
Man,
about the situation,
that is a rough office.
His boss does look somewhat confused, so he's going to give him the benefit of the doubt this time and not attack him directly. And he's going to load up another little clay pot into his sling, and he is going to fire. I think they see kind of Peter and Flessa, I believe, are kind of the front line there, so I think they are the targets. So the top kobold will fire a clay pot at Flessa.
16 versus AC.
Miss.
All right. Okay. That clay pot shatters on the column behind you, and you notice that it just smells awful, overwhelmingly awful. You're really glad it didn't get on you. And the
So we're out of glue now, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
well, that one
We moved on to other substances.
That was his chamber pot.
the other one is going to load up a little clay pot into his sling.
That's not a denial, Tony.
And fire it at Peter.
All right.
That's a
that is a 19.
that's a miss.
You'll notice that one, it hits the same pillar right behind you guys and kind of explodes into like a small burst of fire.
These pillars are disgusting.
Ooh,
You
pretty.
guys should stop hiding behind them.
Does the fire burn away the stink from the first pot?
It makes it worse.
Oh no!
Father.
Now it smells like burnt.
Suddenly there's a
burnt
burst of
cold
flame in the room.
But all of those posters for different concerts that have come and gone were burned off by it, so that's good.
Yeah, there was like a really great velvet print on that pillar. It's just completely burned away.
If you guys had ever seen this room in blacklight, you would have been really
far out.
Ew.
Have you ever really looked at your little kobold hands? Like, really? Why do we only have 3 fingers?
Don't do acid damage, kids.
All right, the slingers are all set, which leaves the word priest, who is dazed and puzzled as to
confused.
why he just stabbed his friend.
So when a creature is dazed, I believe they can only do a single action, and they don't like that. So he is going to look in your guys' direction, and
and that's it. That's his action.
and he is going to focus right on Melik with his beady little eyes. The kobold's beady eyes, I don't know what Melik's eyes are like. To be determined.
Not
because
beady.
We fleshed out this adventure together. And he is going to shoot another energy orb in your direction, Melik.
12 versus reflex.
12 versus reflex? That will miss.
All right, the orb goes wide and splashes acid against the door behind you.
That's a shame because I finally read all the things on my character sheet, including the things that say trigger when someone hits you.
That did not happen right now. Now, the dazing situation that you did to him, Melik, is that until the end of his turn, or can he save on that? How's that work?
It is until the end of my next turn.
So
All right.
he's still dazed.
Still dazed, not happy.
So I believe that's it for the kobolds. They did not really have a big round here. You might notice if you look closely, the top kobold does not seem to have any more clay pots ready to go. So he may regret that later. So I believe we are on to our favorite Alestrin Quiverpot.
No, Peter Dragonforge first.
Oh, haha.
Peter.
I'm bad at reading.
So these guys are far away now. Is there any way I can get over them to hit them with something?
Have you considered
speed of 5?
walking?
Yeah, moving is always,
no.
is the best way to cross terrain.
So my speed is 5, and I don't think I can get to any of them with 5
Now
squares.
you could walk. You can walk and then charge, as they did earlier. A charge lets you move your speed and then do a melee basic attack at the end of it. And I believe you have some things, in fact, that you can even do on a charge.
I can, but these guys they seem far away.
Well, you can move 5 squares as your move action, and then as your standard action, move 5 squares and attack. So you can actually move 10 squares.
You just can only do a basic attack usually.
All right, except I can do my magical Ardent Strike, which is super awesome.
Yeah, Peter, we get it. You're magic.
So I'm coming over here and I am whacking that guy with the Ardent Strike because
Are you whacking the slinger or the worm priest?
the Worm Priest.
All right.
The boss. You're going right for the top.
Additionally, he is granting combat advantage because he is dazed, and you get an additional plus from charging, so you get a net +3 on this attack in addition to your actual modifier.
I really shouldn't have invested everything in that worm priest after those goblins died.
So that's 22 versus AC.
Oh, that guy was my favorite.
That is enough to hit a worm priest. What kind? Tell me about damage.
Do I get any super? No, I don't get anything more than what I've already got. Well, that's going to be 9 damage then.
Oh,
All
man,
right.
that guy. Oh.
He takes 9 damage.
And I'm going to mark him with my Divine Challenge, so he's got to hit me on his next turn.
Okay. We'll get your little halo thing there.
Guys, that's just you came into his house. That's just a kobold war priest trying to make his way in the world.
Yeah, sure.
He fosters stray cats. That he would
Well,
Delicious.
Where are
And
they?
he killed the cat parents first.
I mean-
and then,
The story ends with cat sandwiches. But like,
Here's where the stray
Fat-
cats
fat-
are, by
less
the way.
fostering, more fattening them up. All right.
Guys, it sounds
Peter
really
has
evil.
charged, which ends his turn. So, Alestrin.
Hooray! Okay, let's see here. I'm still kind of ticked off about what does cover do? Remind me about the cover situation.
they get you attack at a -2 penalty unless they have some really or more if they have really great cover. They don't have really great cover in this situation.
They don't have really great cover. All right, and this person that's chained to the pillar that this dude is standing behind, that's not an issue of any kind.
You could shoot him, but
I mean,
he's
that's
chained
really
to a pillar, so
that's
he's not
really
a
more of
threat.
an ethical than a tactical decision.
Okay. Okay. Well, it looks to me like both the Worm Priest and this other kobold are identical distances from me.
I would say
Seems
that War
about right.
Priest doesn't have cover though.
That he doesn't. And it's the top. The top guy is out of pot.
He,
That's what
That's
it
what
looks like.
that's what you spy.
He is
The
not
guy on the
holding.
bottom is still holding, is what you're saying.
Yes, he's got one pant leg rolled up. He's ready to go.
Okay. All right.
Oh, the lights came
Got
on.
right in here. Hooray!
We're all
Attention,
ugly.
Kmart shoppers. Okay, I'm going to take a pot shot at the
turn the
Worm
lights on.
Priest. I've decided because he does not have cover.
Okay,
But before I do that, I'm going to use my minor and mark him as my quarry.
good choice.
So I will get an additional 1d6 should I hit him with my ranged basic attack,
All right.
which is a d20 plus 8 to hit. That is a 15, which I believe
Did you add in the +2 for combat advantage? Because he's dazed.
I did not.
He is
That is a
dazed.
17.
That, my friend, will make all the difference
All right.
because his AC is 17.
Tell us
Alright,
about
in
damage.
that case, we will do 1d10 plus
1d6.
plus 1d6 for 13 damage. Oh, the 1 on the 1d6. Come on, roll 20.
All right. He appears to be bloodied.
Good.
Hey, DMs, you guys remembering that I've got a +1 shield bonus to everybody in the party?
Probably not, unless you
Okay,
remind us.
just remember,
Remember
if somebody gets
now-
hit by 1, they don't get hit. Just keep that in mind.
All right.
Cool.
Everybody should. We'll all remember that.
I only
That's a-
remember that because I edited that episode this week. So yeah.
It's a good thing to know.
I'll never remember that.
Do you give that shield bonus to the kobolds?
No.
I hope you brought enough for the whole class, Jason.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. So, is there anywhere I can maneuver to
Some paladin.
where this last kobold behind the other kobold behind the pillar can be shot at without cover coming into effect, or is he has cover because he's behind a pillar and he can sidle around it?
Kind of like you. He's got a lot of cover. You'd probably have to get pretty close over to him.
Or like all the way over here,
Yeah.
essentially.
In that case, I will forfeit my move action
Just cower behind that pillar.
and just hunker down behind the pillar.
Yeah, just
All
take a
right.
break. Have some coffee.
I think I will.
Rizwin.
I might cook up some s'mores. Anybody want s'mores?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
s'mores.
like s'mores.
Sweet.
There's a
Yum.
fire over here.
I'll
There's
get
still
to
like
work on
3 kobolds
The
alive.
kobolds turn on you while you're distracted by his delicious treats.
The kobolds take your s'mores.
Yeah.
Okay.
No!
I can't do the whole chargy thing, right? Because I'm not a paladin.
Nope.
Nope.
Anybody can charge.
Yeah.
Oh, anybody can charge.
He gets
Let's
like
see.
he gets.
So the way
extra
a charge
I'm
works
not
is
special.
yeah, the way it works is it is a standard action.
You are special, my friend.
It ends your turn. It is the last thing that you can do on your turn.
Then-
And generally, you can only use a melee basic attack. Although I believe your Sandlinder's hammer can be used as a melee basic attack, so you could do that at the end of your charge.
Okay, cool. Then I'm doing that.
All right.
But note that a charge has to go in a straight line. You can't charge.
Yeah, you can't do
around
like
something.
circles. You
You
have
do
to
your
like,
move and then you go,
move
yeah.
in. You got to keep moving closer to him. That's probably fine from where you were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, because you would
Okay.
move a few squares first and then you charge in.
Right. Okay, cool. Then I need to roll doing the song Lindner's Hammer. Gosh, that's really a tongue twister. And so I have a let's see, 1d20 plus 8 to hit. I think I hit.
Yeah, you got additional bonuses from combat advantage and because you were charging, but you didn't need them.
Okay, it's good. And then I do 2d6 plus 6. Yes.
Sounds right.
Cool. Roll 2d6 plus 6. Smash. That was not as good.
Not so good.
All right, 9 damage. Yep.
Well, that's better than nothing.
He is still standing, but he doesn't look to have liked that. And I believe that has that same effect of he takes a penalty to damage on his next attack, should he get another attack in. So he looks very disoriented by that. And we'll move on to Flessa.
Okay. How does it work for firing through friendly squares? So, like, if I were to stand sort of behind Peter and throw a dagger, would I have a minus?
We're going to assume that your friends don't take up the entirety. That's sort of the space they can easily address.
That's their
but
personal space.
We assume you're good enough that you can throw a dagger and not hit Peter in the back.
Unless you want to.
Maybe not.
Unless you want.
Well, then I'm going to
I believe in you.
And I will sort of lean around the pillar, and I'm going to huck a dagger at the worm priest fellow guy.
I believe this guy is still dazed because Monty's turn has not yet come around again.
Ooh, okay. I'm actually going to do
you may vaporize another.
Hooray! This time it's going to be an acrobatic strike.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes. Oh wait, nope. Never mind. That one's only melee. It will be a sly flourish because I'm throwing. So let's roll that.
Death by dagger.
That's a 30.
Yeah, you nail that guy in the face with a dagger.
You have slain a kobold middle manager.
Yeah. How much damage?
Right.
I mean, do you do at least 5 damage? You can
Yes,
roll
I
it
do.
all if you would like.
Sure. Why not? Roll d4.
I'll tell you just how dead this guy is.
Plus. No.
I think you need another plus in there. That's cool. That's the D4
Oh,
plus
yes, I
7.
forgot the
Oh, yeah,
plus.
yeah.
2d8 plus 1.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's more than enough.
He's dead.
Hooray.
The kobold worm piece collapses, still clutching his spear. Still puzzled about why he stabbed a friend of his.
Yeah.
He'll never know now.
No.
All right. You have done I believe you did a move and an attack. Anything else you'd like to do, or are you all set?
I'm good for now.
All right, Kat.
All right, let's see. They're still hiding behind some pillars, and I'm way back here.
That other guy, I would.
He's over here.
Yeah,
right?
he's not
Yeah.
even. He's done like almost no damage. I would see if you can take him out.
Wait,
Let's
isn't that the
see.
guy that's tied to the pillar, though? Isn't that the guy we were trying to save?
This
Am
guy
I wrong?
is, in fact, manacled to a pillar. Oh, he just moved.
Yep.
He's free.
Free!
So in the
Yeah.
in the bottom southeast corner of the room, there is a person manacled to a pillar. Taking cover behind that pillar is a kobold. I
yeah,
believe
so we wanna
the
get rid
creature
of that.
manacled to the pillar looks like they might be some kind of. I believe they're a half orc.
I think that's right.
5, 6. So if I was here, would I have clear line of sight of the gold?
I would say so.
Sweet. Well, then we're going to do that. I'm going to move and pull up my character sheet and send a jolt of lightning flying towards his face. A bolt of lightning streaks down from empty air, crippling your foe with a numbing pulse of power.
Kobolds hate lightning.
Oh, good.
They're made mostly of metal.
Yeah, a lot of fillings in this kobold.
So let's see. That is again +7, I believe. +8. Ooh,
Yeah, I believe you're even better at elemental attacks.
Critical fail. 9 versus fortitude probably.
And as we know, a 1 is a miss. Your lightning
Yeah.
sizzles off the rock behind him, and he looks startled but unharmed
You also startled the prisoner who you almost hit.
Oh,
on a rebound. And he is connected to metal manacles, so he looks very nervous about that.
it's okay, buddy.
All right, so you moved and you shot some lightning at a friendly unarmed guy. Would you like to do anything else? It's like doing more damage.
All in a day's work.
Let's see. Well, I have knack for success, but I think. Who's going after me?
Me, Melik.
All right. Do you have anything that having a +2 power bonus to your attack roll would, or a +4? Yeah, +2 bonus for your attack roll. Would that
Just
be helpful?
sorry to interrupt, but just a quick reminder for those of you, for those who have not used their action point, you get an action point every 2 encounters. This is your second encounter, so you will get an action point after this, just in case that makes a difference.
Have we all used our action points? I feel like
What's an action point again?
I
An
use
action
mine.
point lets you take an additional standard action, which could be another attack, a move, a minor action, anything like that.
Some of you used action points.
Some
Yeah,
of you
I
did
used
use
mine,
them
definitely.
in the monster encounter. You can only spend 1 per encounter. So you can have multiple ones, but you can only spend 1 in an encounter, and you get a new one every 2 encounters, which is also called a milestone.
So
Yeah.
So bonus attack, usually.
okay.
Bonus attack is fun. I think I am actually done because I don't think I can reach. Sadly, I don't think I can reach this one from here.
All right. Melik, what do you got?
I don't have a lot. I'm going to shoot this guy up here with Beguiling Strands. Ooh, so beguiling.
All right.
So-
He will, I believe, have cover against that.
All right.
So -2 penalty.
I don't know what Steve's doing, but he leaned up just to shake his head at Beguiling Strands. He's back down.
Let's see. That's +7 versus Will. That's an 18 versus Will, -2 for his alleged cover.
So that's 16 versus Will, but Kobold's not very willful. So that
Especially-
totally,
That kobold was really more of a follower.
yeah. So that hits him. What does it do?
It does 5 psychic damage, and I push him up to 3 squares.
All right, a push has to be away for you, and at this point, I don't know that there is
Yeah.
necessarily a
His
square
back
that's
is against the
farther away.
wall.
Yeah, but he takes 5 damage, and he looks beguiled.
Yeah, he's kind of winking at you now.
Now I would like to move to here,
All right,
which I have just remembered I am allowed to do myself.
yeah, just drag your guy.
Hello?
This is not working. Okay, let me check and make
Dan,
sure
if you have
it's-
it selected, I don't think he can.
I did not have it selected.
There we go.
There you go.
And I would like to use an action point and then an healing surge.
All right, so you're gonna use your second wind.
Yes.
All right.
Did you just say "an healing surge"?
Yes.
Wow.
That's wizard talk. We're classy. That's what classy sounds like, in case you are wondering.
I think you mean.
Blessa
an-
may buy that.
I think
but
you
I
mean
don't.
an Ealing surge.
No, that's what happens. Well, I was going to do it.
There's a Ealing Studios,
but,
Studios,
couldn't
yeah,
think of
reference there, yeah.
stuff.
Carry on,
I would've got it.
Dungeoneers.
My other
High five for
hovercraft
the
is
Ealing
full of Ealing surges. All right, so you get some hit points back.
I
Delicious.
governor got any
You also have
Ealing
a,
surges.
For the next
You have
round,
an
you have a-
hovercraft? I did not know that.
It's an overcraft, governor.
Yeah, my hovercraft is a hovercraft.
Oh dear.
You started this, Jason. Remember that.
My fault. I'll take it. Oh,
All right. Monty, you also get a 1-round bonus to all of your defenses for doing your second wind, +2.
Hooray for me.
So you're harder to hit, and you're sort of hunkering down.
Yes.
Next up is the 2 remaining Kobold Slingers.
All right, let's do the one on the bottom because his fate is more certain. He is going to fire what appears to be his final little bandolier clay pot. And let's see. He is probably concerned about, let's say, Rizwin.
aw.
Choo! He fires a clay pot.
He will hit.
22
because-
versus AC.
In addition, this seems to be one of those pots that's filled with a rather unpleasant smelling liquid. You are going to take damage that Dan just specified, 9 damage. And because you have just been hit with a vile liquid, you're a little bit disoriented. And you are going to take a -2 penalty to your attack rolls until you save. And your colleagues are not going to want to stand near you, though they take no penalty for doing so.
Thanks.
Does she have an
Sorry,
aura
boss.
now?
Well, it's kind of a cloud.
A stink
Yeah.
aura, yeah.
Can we give her a stink aura on the screen here so I can know where I should not stand?
Yeah, in her square. So the other Kobold Slinger is in a bit of a predicament because he is out of those things. He does have. It looks like he is resorting to his final weapon, which is a bunch of rocks. And I think he
Classic.
also would not like to try and fire his little sling at Peter from point blank range because that would really provoke an opportunity attack from Peter. So I guess he can. Let's see. Can he scamper anywhere that would help him?
In fact, yes, he can. He is going to shift. He's going to use his shifty action, which is a minor action, to shift up there, and then he
Why,
will
hello.
use his move action to shift onto that. And now he's going to turn around and shoot Peter in the back. Peter will probably have cover from that
In fact,
attack.
maybe he'll. Should he just shoot at Flessa from where he
Plus,
is?
it does seem like a better target. So
Yeah.
he's going to
Marked by
reconsider.
Peter?
Hi. I'm
I
right
don't,
here.
I don't know that Peter got a chance to mark him
I
yet.
believe Peter marked the X.
I marked the dead guy, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So Flessa is going to take
A rock.
a rock in the head.
Maybe.
Well, let's see. 25 versus AC.
Oh yeah, that's
It
a rock.
plunk.
Right.
Plunks you in the ear with you take 11 rock damage. You are stoned.
All right. And I am bloodied, like a lot.
Oh, man.
Aw, I fix.
All right. So that was our last 2 remaining bad guys. Who are not bad guys.
They're just
They're just doing their job.
yeah. Just because you're a bad guy.
Oh, we lost her.
Doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
Peter, you're up.
Okay. Wow. Things have happened here. I am going to. I'm gonna go down here
Just gonna leave Flessa to get hit in the face with a rock.
and charge
Classic.
that dude.
All right.
And can I use my? Oh no! I guess if I'm charging him, I can't use my Valorous Smite because that is a regular.
Indeed.
I need to use my Ardent Strike, so I will use my Ardent
Or
Strike.
your virtuous strike is also an option. Either one of those.
Right. Well, they're they're the same.
They're roughly equivalent. It is true.
They're in fact exactly equivalent.
One of them gives you a saving throw bonus. The other one gives you a mark on the guy for free. So that's your option.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, Ardent Strike it is then.
All right.
18 versus AC.
I think that's going to hit a kobold pretty well. Yep, no problem.
All right.
Tell me about damage.
11.
All right, he takes 11 damage.
He gives kind of a kobold yelp.
And
is marked.
And he's marked. He has your divine sanction on him. He is sanctified.
Well, I think you guys have these kobold kind of reeling. So
All right. Who is up next? Oh, Lestrin, what are you doing?
Me, man. Let's go.
What's your
All
plan
right.
here?
Is the dude in the south, is he out of pots or is he still potting it up?
I think he is out. I think they're both out.
All right. So it doesn't really matter who I take a
Potless.
shot at here.
Take a
I
pot
think
shot. Take a pot shot. Yeah.
they did do pretty good damage just with those rocks.
Dan is the
Let's flip it
DM.
off.
There are going to be puns. That's how it happens.
It's even my
All right.
initials, man.
All
I'm
right.
in
So I'm
the
going
right
to gonna make the bloodied kobold up here my quarry. Since he is the closest guy to
The
me.
northern kobold, my quarry. There's like a prog rock song about that.
no.
It's like a Rush song.
This is back to the Scott McNulty campaign. All right.
All
he's
right.
the Quarry, so I will. Which guy? The southern guy that Peter is.
No, the northern guy.
Northern guy. Sorry.
Because of diagonals are weird in physics, in D&D physics.
Funky.
He's actually closer to me.
closer.
Funky
Indeed.
The guy
diagonals.
who's 9 squares away.
All
So
right. I will note
You know that's
that,
how things work in real space too.
that he is Olestrin's Quarry. Yoink.
And I'll fire off my ranged basic at him.
Pew pew.
$14 versus
Which is a
AC.
14.
But he has no cover because he's moved out from behind that pillar. I believe that nails him.
Yeah, this guy was
Nice.
really relying on a steady stream of pillars and goblins to protect him from arrows.
Liking that. Well, there's plenty of pillars, but we're short on goblins all
yeah,
of a sudden.
this
So.
is
What kind of damage does that arrow do?
Let's find out, shall we?
Let's find out together.
Let's roll 1d10 plus 1d6 for my quarry plus 4. And it
Well,
still
damn
comes
it.
out to 12. That's
Well, you don't
embarrassing.
vaporize him quite as effectively as Flessa did, but he's dead all the time.
Yay, we killed something.
And that's what counts.
take care of my stamp collection.
All right.
That's
Wow,
boring.
these guys.
that's good.
I guess you need a hobby if you're in the Undermountain.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not super entertaining down here.
Yeah,
Since
they
we
gather
are,
at the bottom of the hole and just listen to everybody having fun up in the bar on top. They just cry.
Since we are about to get another action point, I'm going to go ahead and use my action point.
All right, and what are you going to do with it?
And first of all, I'm going to use, actually, before I use my action point, I'm going to use my move action. I'm going to demote it to a minor and make the last remaining enemy my quarry.
Okay.
And then I will use my action point to make a ranged basic against that dude. And he suffers a -2 for cover. Is that correct?
You suffer a -2 for cover. Yes.
Right. So d20 plus 6 then. And that is an 11, which I am pretty sure is a miss. But utilizing my elven accuracy,
Ooh.
I'm going to go ahead and, with an instant of focus, take careful aim at my foe and strike with the legendary accuracy of the elves. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Yeah, we just saw you miss.
Shouldn't you be better at rolling dice then?
Dice, that's it's more of a luck thing.
Ah.
Accuracy doesn't really come into it. All right, so I will roll that same roll again, and I gain a +2 bonus to the new attack roll.
So you're negating his cover, basically.
So that gives me, I'm back to d20 plus 8, and that is a 13.
That is, strangely enough to hit a kobold.
Oh, legendary accuracy.
So you fire, and seeing
Oh,
that
no.
shot go wide, you fire another shot that seems to like bank off the wall, and he's like, "Oh, you missed it," as like he's thinking as the arrow bounces back and hits him in the shoulder.
Loving that. All right, so
Tell me what
1d10
damage.
plus 1d6, as he is my quarry, plus 4. And that's
12
a 12.
damage.
I'm going to start rolling my own damn dice, is what's going to happen here.
He is 5 and a 3. That's about average on a D10 and a
That's
D6.
absurd.
He is bloodied from that. Does not look happy about it.
How would you guys feel if people came down from the world above you and just started beating you guys up?
As an
We-
interesting
That's not what
philosophical
happened.
question.
We tried to talk to them.
That's a hypothetical, Tony. What does that have to do with anything?
They attacked us first.
I rolled 2 diplomacy rolls, okay?
That's right.
Oh, my hand slipped. I accidentally flung the pot of glue at you.
This pot full
It
of
gets
glue.
really like hot down here. We're sweaty.
That was the pot heard around the
Moisturized
world.
just beforehand.
All right. The elf is fresh out of stuff he can do.
All right,
so,
the cleric's turn.
moving on.
So I'm fresh out of healing stuff for Flessa. So I'm going to actually come all the way down here since I can actually move that far. And I'm going to smash this guy in the face with my Solemn whatever hammer.
If you can't pronounce it, you can't use it. I'm sorry.
Stop.
What are the
Can't
rules?
pronounce things.
Hammer time.
You do take
Hammer
a
time.
penalty because you
Oh, okay.
probably-
We'll accept that. Oh.
Please, Hammer, don't hurt him. Wow,
And
so
here's
you would
the
take a
critical fail.
-2 penalty to that, but since you rolled a 1,
Yeah, I
Hammer swings around and narrowly clips Peter just barely in the ear, who seems a
And
little put out
narrowly
by that.
clips
Sorry.
the prisoner on the
And-
follow through.
Too legit to hit.
sorry.
Spinning around with a hammer.
Well, I tried.
Points for effort.
You
Just
could
kidding.
answer
No
it.
points for effort.
You could action point and kill one of your friends.
You could probably take me down pretty easily.
That is actually a good point. I
That's,
Wait, what?
Is it?
Keep your options open. It's not too late to curry favor with the kobolds.
I'll use an action point and try again. Roll 1d20 plus 8. Let's see if this goes down better. 15.
I believe that's enough to hit a
Even
kobold.
with the -2 from being stinky, that is just enough.
Tell me about damage.
2d6 plus 6. 11.
You pound that kobold into the ground.
Can I roll the save versus Stinky?
Sure. You're out of combat, so go ahead.
All right.
Only was that easy.
You're good. You managed to sort of like
De-stinkify.
shake yourself off.
Yeah, like a dog. Like
Great. That's great.
Oh,
So
there's the Undermountain.
my next question is this half-orc have an eye patch and braided beard, or does he have a bunch of scars on his face?
Strangely enough, neither.
Really?
Indeed.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there any blood smears coming into the room, considering we followed them up to this door over here?
there is. They
Yes.
seem to more or less truncate at this gentleman who is chained to the pillar.
Yep. You see a faint trail sort of leading from
It
from
does-
those doors over to this guy.
It does look like there is another very faint trail kind of leading out the door next to Peter and then back this way. So that's kind of strange.
Can we take some time for healing surges?
Yes,
before
you are
we
out of
do
Absolutely.
that?
You're out of
Short
combat.
rest here, shall we?
Combat is
All right.
over.
I will do that. Also, then when I'm done healing surging, I'm picking up any daggers that happen to be sitting around.
Excellent choice.
Model train sets.
So
Please let me know how many there. Oh yeah, and that model train already.
How many daggers did you start with?
So hold on.
I started with 5,
How many did
and
you
I would. I threw 2 today.
Okay.
I've been making notes, so I will pick them up for
Yep.
sure.
Easy enough.
Mhm.
I would say you could probably take a couple more daggers from a couple of those guys. I think the goblins were both carrying daggers.
Awesome.
So
All right.
feel free. They're nothing impressive, but they would serve for stabbing someone or throwing them at somebody. So yeah, go nuts with that.
That's
there-
pretty much what I use daggers for. So hooray!
A little
there
rusty, seen better days, but sorry.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Is there anything that now that we're out of combat, can I add bonuses to Bless's healing surge?
Yeah. So in fact, now
Oh,
that you are out of
yeah.
combat and you can regain your encounter powers, and you all get an action point, you can use your healing word again, twice in fact. But then you will need to rest another. A short rest is about 5 minutes, so you'll
Okay.
need to take another 5 minutes to get them back, so that you can have them for the next encounter.
Well, that's okay. I imagine we'll spend at least 5 minutes talking to this guy. Okay, so I'm going to healing surge Flessa.
Thank you.
So add an extra 1d6 to your healing surge. Is anybody else bloodied?
Okay. Well, can you roll that since you're the healer?
So Dan,
Oh,
do
yeah,
we
sure.
do we
I feel more
get we
comfortable
don't
if
get
you
our
do
surge value is for the whole day though, right?
That is not
Correct.
many.
Sorry, your
Sorry.
number of surges, Jason? Are you
Yeah.
asking? Your number of surges is for the day. When you sleep for the night, you can recharge that.
Okay.
So you
Got
have
it.
a fixed number of times you can use a healing surge. Now, I would definitely, if you are bloodied, you would probably want to use a healing surge. You may even want to use a healing surge if you're at like 75%. That starts to be kind of, a
Yeah,
judgment.
I'm
I'm
still
doing
down. I'm still down exactly 2 healing surges. So
Okay. You get to add +2 to your healing surge. Sorry, that's not many.
that was after that. I'm still down exactly 2 healing surges. So I'm just gonna burn 2 more.
Okay.
How many do you have left, out of curiosity? Because you probably don't start
af-
with that many, right?
I start with 6. So after that, I will have used half my healing surges. I'll have 3 left.
Okay.
Would you like another plus?
I mean, if
or-
you've got another healing
Yeah.
word you could toss my way, I would prefer that than using another entire.
Word.
So you get +4 altogether.
Oh, another plus.
Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. I will take it. I will take it.
All right.
I am also going to spend a healing surge.
And I'll just say that one of the nice things about being a paladin, I enjoy being a paladin. I have 8 healing surges left. I can grant those to other people even during combat. So I may be spending
Wow,
those
what
on
a
you
guy.
later. Yeah, I know.
That is so cool of you.
I take damage and then I also heal other people. That's what I'm here for.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
why
keep in mind
it's-
that you do have a limit on the number of times you can do that per day, I believe.
Well, this is. I don't think so.
Are you saying with your lay on hands or with something else?
So I can do lay on hands. So I can do it twice per day, once per round. So yeah.
Right, so twice per day. So that's basically the equivalent of like.
I wouldn't want to give up more than 2 healing surges per day anyway. So you know.
Yep, just keep
The rest
that
are
in
for me. Me.
Do you have to pray for that, Jason, just to make it today?
mind. Wow.
Well, that's 3 Hammer references. In
I was gonna say,
20 minutes.
Does he have any more songs?
I think we're fresh out.
You
Please-
guys are all forgetting about the Adams family.
Please, Celestrin,
Oh.
don't hurt him.
Many
I'm
of
going
us-
to continue
many
to
of us on
forget about the
purpose.
Addams family.
All right. What
Typing.
else?
Typing.
Furious typing.
So I'm gonna address the half orc.
Yeah, we gotta talk to this guy.
Is he conscious?
He he kind of like he's been like keeping his head down. And
If I'm not mistaken,
cringing
there
a bit.
were a couple of
That's
orcs or
mad.
half orcs that
He's
were
right
part
here.
of the party with what's his face.
Yes, indeed.
They were, but this is not either one of them
What?
because
How many half orcs are there in this?
the ones with
godforsaken
the
dungeon?
party had either scars on their face or an eye patch and braided beard. This guy has neither.
This
Yeah,
guy realizing that the sounds
Maybe
of
they took off
combat-
his eye patch and shaved him.
Well, we were called to look after people who left a week ago. This guy is probably in the group that left 15 minutes ago.
That's
So
a good point.
this guy looks up and he sort of senses apparently that the sounds of combat have stopped, and he kind of like looks up from where he's been shielding himself, trying to avoid arrows and stink pots and rocks, and he looks at you guys and then sort of looks around at the carnage around us. You guys made a pretty fast work of those kobolds and goblins, huh?
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
That's great. He seems to be clutching his side a little bit, and you can see probably if you look a little bit more closely, he's probably seen better days. Looks like he might have some wounds and stuff bleeding through his shirt there.
Aw, and I
We all
totally
got
used
wounds,
my
man.
healing surges.
Yeah,
But you can
I'm
still do a
bleeding right
healing
now.
check.
It's true. I will make a heal check to try to heal him. I don't know. It's 1d20 plus something. 1d20 plus 10. Right?
That's whatever your heal skill is.
1d20 plus 10. 21.
All right, so you managed to sort of bind him up a little bit. He's pretty wounded. He's not necessarily in any shape to say fight, but he's mobile and he seems
He's
very
out of the
stable.
woods.
Yeah.
Okay. I've stabilized him. Great.
So he sort of looks around to you guys and says, who are you guys?
We are Dragonforge and Associates.
Oh,
I am
no,
Peter
no.
Dragonforge. These are my associates.
Hey,
Hi.
I'm an associate.
Huh.
Meet you.
Okay.
Who are you?
Never heard of you guys. My name's Yordar.
Yordar.
Yeah, I came down here.
I never heard of you.
That's fair. That's fair.
burn.
Wait, Midar?
No,
Oh,
Yordar.
Oh dear.
Idar? I never heard of him.
Roll for
Quiet,
cultural
Costello.
sensitivity.
Midar was a guy in my village. I'm Yordar. I don't know.
How did you get here? What happened? How did you get with these
I came
guys?
down from the Yawning Portal about an hour ago with a few of my friends.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, you guys totally got reamed.
Yeah, we got one guy.
What? Yeah, these goblins and kobolds just sort of jumped us out of nowhere, and I got dragged away. I didn't even see what happened to my friends. Have you seen them? They're all right.
We've seen
At
parts
least
of them.
one of them is.
one guy we set up in the basket, and the rest of them are are dead.
All of them? How many?
Well-
How many dead bodies did you see?
I
I
think
think
we
there's
saw
probably
4.
two. There's probably one more left.
Because I think there were 5 of us that came down. There was Morphe, and Zarek.
I think we sent up 3 bodies and one soon-to-be body, and that leaves 2.
Did you all have the same number of arms and legs?
I mean, when we started,
Yeah, that's what they all say. We
Yeah,
sent one of your guys. We sent up, and hopefully he got medical attention. The other 3 were beyond our help by the time we reached the bottom of the pit.
jeez, yeah, that was I didn't see that coming at all. I think I saw someone else get dragged off as I got pulled away, but they took us down separate ends of that corridor with all that creepy statues.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
those
good.
statues.
Yeah, let's hit some more statues. That sounds like fun.
Did you see how they disabled the statues to get you in here?
I was kind of out of it. They really knocked me on the head pretty good.
Did they say anything to you? Why did they keep you as a prisoner?
I'm not really sure. They mostly were speaking Goblinoid and Kobold. I don't really know those languages that well, but they did drag me into that room next door, and it seemed like there were a bunch of other prisoners in there, and then they pulled me back out of here. Something about there not being any room in there.
Which room?
That's
There's 3
in
doors.
that door. He points to the door that's right next to him, behind, next to where Rizwin and Peter are.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think there was some guard watching over them. I think it was a bugbear. I don't know, like I said, I was kind of out of it.
Okay, so we'll have to make
Just
sure.
to clarify here, there are 2 doors to the east and 1 to the south. Is that what I'm seeing?
And the door you entered via the west.
And the door to the west that we came in,
Correct.
yes.
Yep.
All right.
So you guys mind doing something about these chains? I could
Oh, yeah,
really
sorry.
stand to get out of here.
I look
Here,
around for the
let
key.
me take a look.
Yep.
There doesn't seem to be a key immediately apparent, but Flessa might wish to do a thievery check.
Yeah, I can try that.
Yeah, while she works on that,
Yeah, those pop right open at you. You're like, oh yeah, I know how that works. And he sort of rubs at his wrists, which are a bit on the raw side. Looks like he's taken quite a beating, but he sort of nods at you and thanks.
Were you and
You're
your
welcome.
friends?
I'm looking for trains.
Sure,
were you and your friends down here just on general principles, or were you after something specific?
Undermountain's a good place to find a fortune, find some nifty treasure. Don't need much more reason than that.
Find a sword in your side, am I right?
Too soon.
Oh, burn!
It is pretty
Okay.
soon.
So I don't know what, dude. I don't know what you want to do. If you go back through those doors, we've disabled the statues on this side of the hall. Don't go near the other side, and you might be able to get back to the pit that way. But
all right, I think I might try that. I'm just gonna catch my breath here. If you give me 10 minutes or so,
right.
I'll be on my way. But if you find
But we propped the
whoever
door
else,
open. Don't close it behind us.
I'll keep that in mind. If you happen to find the rest of my party, I hope they're you can send them back my way.
Sure
Well,
thing.
if they're alive, if they're dead, I don't know. I guess
Who
that,
should we be looking for? Who was in your party?
Well, let's see. There was Morphe. There was those other couple guys. We just picked them up. They were kind of new.
They're probably dead.
Yeah,
Since they don't have
Karnak
names.
and
Karnak.
Was he magnificent?
Very interesting name.
He
Apparently
billed
not.
himself as magnificent.
Dead
I gotta
and
say,
chopped
if he's
into
dead,
pieces.
Not that great then.
No.
And his brother Ithor, and then there was we had a wizard named Zarek. He wears a pointy hat. You probably recognize him if you
All
saw
right.
him. You see anybody dead with a pointy hat?
No.
That's Eric. No,
Yeah, if you find one, it's probably him. But he's a wizard. I don't know. Maybe he can take care of himself.
All right.
Wizards usually can, I find. They're pretty
Sure.
good.
Yeah,
And who is this?
me.
Oh, I see.
Well, have you found you?
It's deep, man. I gotta think about that one.
So wait, hold on a sec. We did load up 3 bodies along with.
Well, I mean, there was Morphe, the guy who ran the whole thing. I don't know. Was he the one that you guys sent back up?
We don't know.
You didn't ask him his name? What kind of adventurers are you?
He
Well,
looked
we
like
were
this.
trying to get
All
him
we
to
got is
describe
each
the
other
dude.
down here. At least we could be polite. Come
He
on.
was passing out. We you know, we did what we could.
Passing out, that's probably Morphe. Sounds like him.
Okay.
You
So,
know,
always
yeah,
passing out.
Candle is
Morphe,
liquor.
the passing out guy. You've heard of him.
so wait, who is the person that got dragged down the other way then? Because there were 3 bodies.
Oh, you're telling me you saw the bodies. Describe them.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I don't know. We were told that they were dead bodies.
They were mostly dead and mangled. Were any of your friends dead, mangled people?
Not the last time I saw him.
Hey, maybe next time you come down here, don't bring dead and mangled
You think
bodies.
I'm
Bring
coming
live
back?
party
I
members.
think I'm coming back down here after this.
Good tip. Pro tip.
I'm into retirement.
tip.
I'm cashing out my pension.
Did you bet on yourself for coming back alive? Because if so, you get your pension.
I mean, if I bet on myself for coming back dead, I wasn't very smart, was I?
That's thinking. That's using your head.
Uh,
All right. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to go through this door and look at these to see if we can release the other prisoners? Do we want to search
Well,
the
have we
dead
rifled
bodies?
through the bodies yet?
I'm going to search the room to see if there's anything interesting or useful in here.
In the room, the weapons that the kobolds and goblins are armed with were pretty mundane and of low quality.
Typical.
Flessa might be able to salvage 2 daggers.
I think I think she grabbed 2 daggers. They're not in great shape, but
Already done.
they may not last very long, but you'll be able to stab somebody with them once or twice.
The other stuff is pretty decrepit and doesn't really seem worth carrying. There is a stick on a spit over fire. It looks like it's got 3, maybe 4 rats on it. They're pretty burnt.
How's the model train car? Because I'm totally putting that on my sheet.
blood soaked and bent.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
also
okay.
made mainly out of what looks like some sort of bone.
Yeah.
You're not sure how attached you are to it.
Are there any magical qualities to the stick that one guy was waving around?
Appears to be pointy on one end. I don't know how magical you consider that, but other than that, it seems like his power probably derived more from his own particular school of wizardry than that staff.
Man, things
Honestly,
in the
if
underground
a
are
stick
rough.
is not pointy on one end, it's no longer a stick. It's now a log.
I'm not sure I agree with that taxonomy.
He might debate you if he wasn't dead.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Alestria is not an accurate guide on things of the natural world.
Hey, man, I know things.
You think Alestrin, you think that stick great for making s'mores?
Yeah.
Ooh, I take it.
You just rolled a failure on log identification, though.
Yeah.
They do have some other provisions. It looks of the kind that was probably a mixture of things that were liberated from perhaps other adventurers or perhaps people who died. And it's of pretty mixed quality, and most of it looks like it's well past its expiration date. So
anything owned by people who these guys could kill probably isn't going to be that.
You've got your whole range from rotten to rancid here to pick from.
Nice.
Wow, well, that was a huge waste of time then.
You're welcome.
So
Come on, we saved your deck.
So I think we should go through this door where he said the prisoners are there, but given our last encounter, maybe we should knock first.
Let's not knock and just prepare. How's that?
The door pops
Listen at the
open,
door first.
and a friendly goblin says, "Hey, aren't you guys, waist deep in the entrails of my friends?"
Oh,
But you guys are super polite, so come on in.
Let me just stab myself for you.
Can
Well-
whoever speaks
That is said.
Can whoever speaks Goblin imitate the voices of the people we were just talking to?
Roll for impressions.
I think we would qualify that as a bluff.
Yeah, that would be.
We might also have to operate
could
a
try.
goblin body as a puppet.
Oh, wow. I'm still breathing, people.
Roll for distasteful.
Let's just attack
wow.
the bugbear.
Usually, players try to do elaborate, inappropriate things with the rope, but you guys have gone right to elaborate, inappropriate things with corpses.
I like the Erica's
They're level
idea
2.
of rolling bluff and saying to the bugbear that maybe behind that door, "Hello, come in here. I need your help," so we can take him by surprise.
Wow.
I'll give it a
real
try.
Looney
Does
Tunes.
anybody else speak Goblin who might have a
But I'm
gravelier
definitely
voice?
backing up.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, when the time comes, this
Somebody
will
should
be
probably
my,
tell
my
her not to
bluff
say,
roll.
"Come help me, it's Flessa."
I repeat exactly what my boss tells me to say in a
right.
goblin voice, and
We
my
could have
bluff
some
roll
fun
is a
with that.
20.
Boss?
We need some help in here.
Yeah, I think something along lines of, "Can you help us carry this thing?"
That sounds good.
Okay. All right. Well, my bluff roll is a 20, so
So you think you've developed a plan?
All right.
That'll bring the goblins
Go,
running.
tell me,
Ooh,
tell
yes,
me what you're
let's rush
saying.
to carry
Tell
that
me what
thing.
you're saying in Goblin. Tell me.
Well,
What
well
you
played,
said.
Erica.
Tell me in English what you are saying.
I said exactly what Monty just said. I just repeat and translate.
Okay, I missed what Monty said, so you'll bear with me.
Ah.
Monty,
Hey, Kate.
Monty,
what was your brilliant idea?
My brilliant idea is, "Hey, Bugbear, we need you to come in here and help us carry something."
No, no,
the
not
logic here
Bugbear.
is that
Hey,
his
Bugbear,
hands will have
this
to
is
be
great.
empty to do that, so he won't be carrying a weapon.
All right. So Flessa leans up against the door. How loud are you talking, Flessa? Are you like whispering? You yelling? You like conversational?
It's a big wooden door, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty wooden.
So yeah, so I'm yelling. Plus, it's a goblin. I have to imagine it's kind of a gruff, crass-sounding language. So it's the kind of thing you might have to.
Actually,
just sort of
Goblin is very
shout.
much like
Pretty-
French.
pretty
strangely
racist.
enough.
Pretty
It's in
racist.
fact indistinguishable from.
That's why they call goblins frogs.
So yeah, I'm being shouty,
sense.
shouty at the door.
You
Who does that?
you kind of hear some like rattling of chains in there and sounds of like people moving maybe, but you don't really seem to hear much beyond. You don't hear anybody speak in response. You could listen a little closer and see if you can make out any of the other sounds.
Sure, I will do a perception
Yeah,
check.
give me a perception check.
Give that a shot.
I believe some of you give bonuses to perception.
I'm very easily distracted, so even with the bonuses, I'm thinking I don't hear too much.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about that train car.
I
Yeah,
listen.
there's not much in there.
I listen at the door. 16.
It does sound like somebody might be doing some kind of like woodworking in the distance. Like there's
Does a
like,
+1 help at
like
all? with
somebody's
that?
just really going to town on a log.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not a stick?
I bet he's sleeping.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, maybe we should open this door quietly and carefully.
You don't want to do it diplomatically?
Quietly and carefully. you
If I
say.
can roll for diplomacy to open the door, I will do it.
All right, could you guys do me a favor and just put yourself near that door wherever you're standing there?
I definitely moved away from the
Well, I
door.
was right next to it.
Yeah, I have placed myself here, safely protected behind a pillar.
All right, maybe are you okay? All right.
Should we tell? Hey,
Oh, the cat!
you're-
The cat is in the box! The cat is in the box! Everybody, the cat is in the box! It's on video. There it is. Everybody, whoa, he's in! Yay!
All right, that
Yay.
was way more exciting than it probably needed to.
Steve, why did
you
the
know
cat
what?
wait an
I
hour
think
and
the
a half?
weird part is how Steve is just so excited every time.
I warn Yordar to, hey Yordar, you probably want to move away from the door. If something starts crashing through here, we don't want to accidentally hurt you.
All right. So are you? Who's actually opening this door here?
Well, can we? I'll open it. I'm fine with opening it. I would like to open it carefully so that perhaps we will not disturb somebody who may not
Alright.
be paying attention to the door.
Let's
Is
take
there a
look.
chance it's trapped?
Shall we?
You'll never find out because you just opened it without checking.
All right.
I think we'll find out faster that way.
I don't know if you guys
Listening's for chumps.
did that correctly bring you to the map
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
All right. So
Oh,
Peter,
there's 2 doors to the same room. That's exciting. They can
Peter.
they can put a little
Many
divider
doors.
in the middle
Yeah, put-
to make 2
Peter,
for
I
a conference
understand
center.
you're looking through, but I'll just
It's a
pop your-
multi-purpose room.
pop your character in there. You look around. You see that this
Aw.
does seem to be a room. There are a lot of people chained to walls in this room, kind of as was promised. Down, you can much more clearly hear now as you step through this that there is a loud snoring sound coming from what appears to be a bugbear in a corner, sitting, leaned back in a chair, sleeping away, feet up on a table.
He's
What's
snoring
that?
quite loudly, perhaps loudly enough that he drowned out the sound of you murdering 5 of his friends in the room next door.
Blessa, I think this is your department. I whisper.
Stabby, stabby.
Yeah, I'll
Is
go
it-
murderize him.
You may wish to make a perception check.
Are we allowed to murder sleeping people,
Allowed?
Peter Dragonforge?
Nobody ever told me not to.
Yeah.
Monty, this is an adventure we
I-
create together with our imagination where you guys are murderers.
I'm asking
I only-
in
Peter.
character.
So
our
Peter-
paladin.
Peter-
People. Bugbears are
thinks
bugbears.
Peter thinks it would be better if we got him in a vulnerable position where we could ask him questions.
Then took compromising photographs.
Yes. However, if Peter thinks that bugbears are fundamentally evil, then we could just kill him.
All right, I defer to Peter's moral judgment as I question my own.
Plus, why don't you make a perception check for me?
Maybe he's a nice evil
Me?
bugbear.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Bugbears aren't
Alright.
nice, right? I mean, they're bad.
Wow, I don't know. That's kind of a blanket statement.
I don't know. It's
have a
racist. I
10.
know.
Do you think you can just make out flashing on the belt of the bugbear some keys?
Ooh, keys.
Now, there are, in addition to the bugbear, there are several other creatures chained to the wall in the room, and at least one of them seems to be kind of aware of your presence in the room now, or the door, or at least the open door.
All right, I go shh to that guy.
You're like a room away, behind a pillar.
Yeah. How many of you are actually?
But I'm
into-
doing it.
How many? How many? of
I'm
you
right
are
in the
actually-
doorway, so I'm not actually.
Okay.
I'm peeking around the corner of the door. That's how I'm seeing
Okay.
him.
Okay.
I will move into the room if I am told to do so. But for now, I'm just hanging out here until
So Peter's
until
standing
everybody's
there,
waiting
staring
for
at the bugbear.
Milik says.
Bless is peeking around the corner. Everybody else is like, "What's going on in the room? Can you see anything? What's
Okay.
going on in the room?
By the way,
Hey guys, what's
No,
in
no.
the room?
the bugbear's
What's in
alignment.
the box?"
The bugbear's alignment is chaotic evil, so I think it's okay for us to just kill him right here.
Did you
Kill it.
consult-
Did you ask that bugbear?
Or did you consult like a handbook of people it's okay
Do
to
you have like
kill?
a table? You have like a bugbear.
He learned it in
Evil.
Paladin school.
Okay.
I looked on Paladinpedia.
I like
Bugbears are one of the Bahamut 10,
have,
as
like-
I recall. so
like
you're good.
flashcards?
They are
Bugbear.
evil.
Yes, I knew
They
that
are
one.
evil
Yeah.
monsters, and they deserve to die.
Now, Peter,
Yeah, if-
as you're thinking about that and perhaps communicating that to the group, one of the other creatures in the room says, calls out to you. And in fact, he says, "Hey, you guys."
Which
Hi.
guy said that?
You turn. There's the character chained to the
This
the eastern
guy
wall,
up here.
close to the door, and surprisingly, this creature also appears to be a bugbear, but he's a bugbear chained to the wall.
Kill him. He's evil.
Hi. I sit back.
Are you
Quietly.
good?
Hi. He tries to, he waves, but he is chained to a wall, so it's a really kind of, it's a limited wave.
I'm gonna
I
stay
just sort of
here.
stare at him blankly.
I'm gonna stay here and be prepared to drop my sword on this bugbear. If somebody would like to go talk to that dude, I'm gonna give the eye to like Flessa and say, "Go talk to that guy."
Me?
So,
okay.
or
Nobody ever-
have somebody out
Okay,
there
I-
do it. But I'm
You
going
know,
to stay
who's
here.
closest?
I'm going to
Smell
go
it.
step within range of the door in case anybody needs to use my perception bonus, because you have to be within
I
5
will,
of me for that.
I'm gonna.
I'll
come
turn
over.
around to
I'm curious.
Melek, who looks like he's behind me, and say, "Boss, somebody needs to be talked to in there. He's fuzzy." I assume bugbears are fuzzy. I don't actually know.
He's fuzzy.
Close enough.
Okay, then.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bugbear.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had a lot of spiky hair that killed people.
We can't hear you, Monty.
Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't worth saving, was he?
I guess I'll come up here, stand hopefully out of range of the chains, and kind of give them a what?
I'm just enjoying your sliding back. From the
Yep.
chains.
On second.
All right.
Hey, help me out here.
Well, just a second. We're dealing with this thing over here. We'll attend to your needs.
Don't call it a thing to another thing. What are you doing?
It's not. We are dealing with a series of actions that we are undertaking in the southwest corner of the room. When we have completed those, we'll proceed to deciding what to do with the people in the other parts of the room, and that includes you.
I like it. Real technical, real methodical. Just don't forget about me.
We won't forget about you. I'm sorry for my language. I'm just getting aggressively parsed by the other members of my party.
Oh, I know. I've been there. I know what that's like.
Really?
Other members of your party. Let me tell you. I'll talk about them all day.
Okay.
Pop him.
Thinking about it.
Death.
You and me were really not that much, not that different, huh?
We've known each other for about a minute and a half. What are you basing that conclusion on?
I mean, you're a guy. I'm a guy. We're both good guys, right?
I'm not sure either of us are good guys.
Really?
This
You
dude
seem like
over
a good
here has
guy.
a handbook that says you're not a good guy. So
That seems. I mean, has he met me?
He says he doesn't need to.
I don't know. I judging people by a book. I mean, I haven't met that guy. I don't want to judge him just like this quickly, but like, I don't know. That seems a little quick to judge.
It is quick to judge. It saves him a lot of time, from what I understand.
I just don't. You think the world is kind of full of like some more like?
You're
gray
also
areas?
quick to judge. You said you and I are the same thing.
Well, I was giving you like the benefit of the doubt.
Well,
That's a pretty good benefit.
I should warn you that my ancestors sold the souls of my entire race to demons.
I'm a bugbear. Everybody hates us.
I can see why.
What? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Look, I'm trying to get out of here.
I can understand that. And if you will wait your turn.
I'm a
there's-
bugbear chained to the wall by other bugbears.
Yeah, why did that happen?
Difference of opinion, but like, I feel like we can come to like a mutually beneficial kind of thing here. Like, enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
It's possible.
Friend
Why
of
don't
my
you-
friend is a friend, you know.
while this extended discussion is going on, I'd kind
Yeah.
of like to look around at the rest of these captives here and see what sort of state they're in.
All right. So
Do I need to step into the room for that?
I would step into the room.
You have to
It
be
will
in the
help-
same
I'm in the
room.
room.
I mean, I know this is a fantasy game, but it will help with your vision and seeing ability.
With your
I'm going to both
magic
step into the room
eyes.
and step a ways back from the bugbear who is sleeping,
right.
just
So,
so I don't do anything that wakes him up.
Across the way from you is a guy who seems to be pretty much lying face down on the floor, not really moving a lot. This guy down here
Okay.
seems like maybe he's had better days. You could roll perception on him if you want to determine a little bit more.
I do want to roll perception on him. I'm going to do that.
Me too. I don't perceive much.
Steve, what did you get?
I got a 19.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
Actually, she did. Pardon me. Yeah. So there is a dead, what appears to be female elf.
Okay.
Beyond that, at there's the bugbear that you have already seen.
Yep.
Curled in the corner, up in the top left, is what appears to be a dwarf,
Yeah.
and then chained to this pillar in the middle, eyeing you hungrily, appears to be a zombie.
Oh, nice.
The zombie's just sort of looking at you, going like, and like just sort of like keeps trying to like walk at you, and then the chains pull it back, and it seems very confused by that.
As they do.
I immediately turn undead.
You're undead now.
Run
too.
into the pillar. You're just gonna make him slam into the pillar over and over again.
Good times.
I thought it did damage to him. Yes, it does do damage.
He's not doing anything. I mean, he's chained to a pillar. You are welcome to do that, though.
I don't know if that makes noise.
Yeah, is
It
that
might-
noisy?
It might make a noise like, oh, and
Who's the
then-
guy in the upper? Who's the guy in the top left?
That's a dwarf.
That's a dwarf.
He's
Okay,
slumped
and is there
over.
anything I can discern about that dwarf in terms of his status?
Roll perception for me.
I'll do that. 29.
Wow, that's pretty good. So you see pretty clearly he's alive, but as you sort of peek down at him, you realize he doesn't have any eyes.
Oh,
Oh.
I mean, he used to have eyes. They're not there anymore.
why are we even
So if
in this room?
Gesture rudely at him, then he can't tell.
I mean, that's
right?
just mean.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
the bugbear,
Dude,
the
dude.
bugbear has some keys on his belt. Maybe those would get us around other places.
Probably. Why don't we figure out what to do with the bugbear first?
Wasn't somebody going to murder him?
Kill him.
I could.
I think we should. What we should be doing is maybe waking him up with like a sword at his throat and asking him questions. You know, just a thought.
Just get the keys, says the bugbear chained to the wall.
Why are you here again?
I could grab the keys first, and then you can wake him up with a sword if you want.
Okay. Grab the keys.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
let's see if we can
I
release
will
the
make a,
prisoners who are releasable. Well, there really isn't anybody that we can just set back to the basket, is there?
would you make a stealth check if you're going to?
Stealth instead of thievery. Actually,
would
it doesn't
start-
matter. It's the same roll.
I
either
would
way.
start with stealth because you're trying to be quiet.
And my
You know, in the
my sword
previous
is
room,
my
she
sword is at his
popped-
throat.
In the previous room, she popped open manacles without keys of any sort. Should she maybe try that first before trying to snake the keys off the guy?
Also an
I
option.
just want these keys.
Flessa really wants the keys.
Keys.
Oh well, we don't have to. I
You
just
can jingle them.
ooh, if they're shiny, I want them.
Um,
That's a 16 to be quiet.
DMs are conversing.
the yeah,
We're screwed.
So you go for the keys. They jingle a little bit as you get them. The bugbear's eyes snap open.
Hi.
So the slaughter of 5 guys in the next room didn't wake him up, but the jingle of a key did.
On his belt.
That you're touching with your little hands.
I'm not touching it.
I'm way over here.
Does he wake up?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
the
yeah.
keys
He's-
jingling should be the
All right.
thievery check.
I-
it was quiet.
I've
Actually,
got
no,
my
I wasn't
sword
that
at his
quiet.
throat, and I say, "Where is Czar?"
What? Who the hell are you?
Where is Czar?
The bugbear chained to the wall says, "They broke in here! Kill them! Kill them! Kill them!"
All right, roll initiative.
Rats.
See, I do not trust this
Should've
bugbear
murdered
over
him.
here at all.
Wow,
He's been your friend. We don't
The
know.
bugbear rolled a pretty high initiative.
He's great. This bugbear.
But
Cat,
I got
what is-
my
what is
sword
he
at his
doing
I got my sword at his throat, man.
You do. Yes,
I would say
absolutely.
that probably Peter would get a surprise round.
Yeah, I give you a surprise.
I don't think the rest of the group would get that.
Well,
All
the
right.
dude's
I'm
waking up. We've all
surprised.
been looking at him for the last 10 minutes.
You were surprised that he woke up because you were not intending to wake him up.
Peter, on a
Exactly.
surprise round, you get one action, a single action. I believe everybody who is not acting on that round is technically surprised, which means I believe they grant combat advantage.
Okay.
So you can certainly attempt to do something to that guy now.
Well, I'm
Since
gonna
you are-
I'm gonna attack that guy.
All right, you're gonna give him what, a stab.
Ardent strike, yes.
All right,
What I get +2?
you get +2 indeed.
17 versus AC.
That will hit a bugbear. So you slice at him. Your sword was at his throat. You probably don't manage to quite get off an impaling blow. He kind of jerks aside, but you definitely hit him. So give me some damage there.
9 damage.
All right, he takes 9 damage.
And he's marked.
All righty. So that you definitely got a first shot on him, but he seems like he's sort of like holding at his neck where you nicked him, and he's going for a weapon on his belt. So we are into the first round of combat.
Maybe if it jingles, he'll fall asleep again. It works like that,
Bugbear
like an on-off switch.
Grabs
It's like amnesia in cartoons. Hit you on the head once, you have amnesia. Hit him again, and it comes back.
Yeah, that's a medical fact. So that bugbear grabs a morning star off its belt and tries to whack Peter with it, since he is marked by Peter.
Maybe
I was like that at McDonald's.
Morning Star.
What's he doing now?
Some pancakes and morning stars. It's always good in the morning.
13 versus AC.
Well, that misses.
Flails wildly.
He's still waking up.
Yeah, he's a little
He's
groggy
low-key.
and bleeding from the neck, which he's not very happy about.
The bugbear on the chain to the wall kind of tries to cheer him on. Come on, Harada, you can do it. Take these guys out.
Yeah, see?
I told you they're
I'm killing
bad.
that guy next. He's annoying.
I think we are moving on to Olestrin.
Yippee! Okay. Am I
Wizard.
within... That's really wizard, Annie. Okay. So am I close enough to this zombie dude up here that he can take a swing at me? Or am I...
Sorry, one thing I missed. This guy did shift over. He jumped out of the chair to try and avoid Peter stabbing him. So he shifted over before flailing and missing wildly.
Okay.
The zombie is not a threat. Unless you
Decide to make him one.
Yeah, unless you get really like, hey guys, I put my arm in his mouth.
Quick, take a picture. This is great.
Yeah.
There is but a single enemy in this room then, is that correct?
I can't
That's
name it.
not chained to the wall, yes.
Okay. So I will make the bugbear my quarry,
Alrighty.
because that's what I do.
You're a quarry
And
man.
I am the quarry man, yes. In about 2.5 years, I will be the Beatles. Let's see. And I will take I don't know. These guys, I assume this guy's tough because he's by himself in a room. Nobody else to fight here. So I'm going to take 2 shots at him with my 2-fanged strike.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's a different quarry symbol.
I figured it was
Makes sense.
appropriate.
Yes. it
Now,
works.
do I get, if I hit this guy, do I get the extra damage on both shots?
I think you get the extra damage to the thing in total. I think you just get that flat damage on top, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, these are two different damage rolls here because I'm basically shooting twice.
Right. I don't know, honestly.
Which thing is it, Dan?
It just says, I'm trying to blow it up. It doesn't want to get bigger. I don't
All right. Well, let's see if I hit the guy first.
All right,
So that's a 24 versus AC first off.
that'll hit.
Yep.
All right. And I'll go ahead and try the other one. And that's another 24.
Well, those will both hit. I'm going to say, based on the reading of the rules, it says if both attacks hit, you deal extra damage equal to your wisdom modifier. So you're just doing another 3 damage on top of the 1d10 plus 4 that you did twice.
Okay, but the 1d6 is the hunter's quarry is what I'm concerned about.
I think the quarry only fires once because it's
turn.
considered a single power in this case.
I think you can also.
Yeah, I think you. Yes, Tony.
Oh, okay,
You can,
here
only,
it says
you can also.
Once per round when you
Yeah.
hit your quarry with an
Because
attack.
if you're, for example, even if you've done an action point, you can't do quarry damage again.
All right, so I will take the first arrow's worth of damage, which is 1d10 plus 4, and I'll take the 1d6 on this one. And I'll add on the plus 3, I guess, on this one as well. So that's 16 damage.
Alrighty, and there's another d10 plus 4 coming.
That is correct. And that is a 10.
All right, so a total 26 damage. You guys bloodied.
Yeah. He has a wound in his neck, and now he has I believe, several arrows right in his left arm. He is
Alrighty
not
then.
happy.
And I think that is probably all I need to do this turn.
Okay. Who's next?
You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to just slide 1 square down away from the zombie dude because he makes me nervous.
Choice. Okay. Olestrin's done. Peter, you're up next.
All right, I'm going to do my encounter power of the Valorous Smite because I like to smite things. 23 versus AC.
Such valor, so smiting.
23 versus AC.
Wow.
Will hit a bugbear.
16 damage.
Yep, that does a significant amount of damage to him.
And he is subject to my divine sanction until the end of
He's
my next
already-
turn.
He is already marked by you, I believe. So
I have remarked him.
He's still marked.
Doubly marked. Put another set of wings on that dude.
I don't know if I
Well,
can.
this is like renews the mark, and the mark continues even longer now.
Look, he's earned his wings. He went up to the cockpit on a trip once. Okay.
Yeah, the jingling sound of his keys was him earning his wings,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, Peter. Anything else?
Thank you for that.
I have some minor. Nope, nothing. I'm gonna just let it go right there.
All right. So next up is Melik.
Oh,
Actually, before can I shift since I hadn't used my move? Can I shift back?
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay, so now he's marked by me, and I'm not next to him,
That is unfortunate.
so he's gonna have to come get me,
Okay.
which is
And-
bad for him because
Yep.
he's gonna have opportunity attacks and stuff.
Well, not if he shifts.
Or he can shift, and then he'll be next to a bunch of people,
Okay.
just to make it more trouble for him because he's a jerk.
I'm with you. Good job.
Right on.
Way to go, Peter.
Salt Peter.
Pins!
I believe Melik is up next.
I'm going to introduce this gentleman to the charm of misplaced wrath and ignore the songs that are happening around me.
Someone ought to open up a window.
Sit down, Bugbear.
I don't suppose
Sit
that
down,
10 versus
Bugbear.
Will would do anything useful.
You know, it is actually
Too
pretty
many
close,
keys.
but not quite enough. He is, he's still, he
I do
he hasn't had his coffee, but he's still able to,
I do get
I've worked through my wrath issues.
I do get a +1 racial bonus to attack rolls against bloodied foes.
So you're saying that it's an 11?
It is now.
Well played. So I suppose that there's an important fact that enters this conversation at this point, which is that his will is 11.
So does that mean I hit?
Traditionally.
Excellent. I'm going to slide him 3 squares.
Okay. Where are you putting him?
I'd like to put him over here, actually.
Okay. You look startled.
So the bugbear suddenly finds himself striding across the room.
And
He is
standing on a dead
dazed until
body.
the end of my next turn. Normally, I would then make him make a basic attack against a creature of my choice, but I choose not to do that part. Besides, not next to anybody.
Fair enough.
Just the dead guy.
He could whack the dead guy.
Did he take some damage on
Is
top of
any
that?
bugbear there?
No,
No damage.
Does any bugbear
anybody
care?
he takes no damage, but he is, like I say, dazed until the end of my next turn.
Alrighty then.
So the rest of you guys, just beat him up until he's dead, please. The end.
Okay, you got it, boss.
If people don't get these song references, they need to listen to the Incomparable 201, where we sing these songs.
Or
It's
just
like
In
a
the shame,
terrible
right
old
in the
movies.
shame hole. Yeah,
It's like a footnote in old Marvel comic.
yeah, exactly.
Rizvan, what are you up to?
See Incomparable number
I'm
201.
bashing him
Editor.
with like blah blah blah's hammer.
Blah blah blah's hammer, the best
Yeah.
kind of hammer.
That's right.
You swing, but it goes a little bit wild, and
He has a -2, right? Because he's dazed.
Wild and swinging. It's the way I like him.
you come all the way around, and you sort of tap that pillar next to you, and it seems to
I
shake
tap
a
that
little
pillar.
What?
bit. It shakes a little bit. Flutza, unless you're Rizvan, do you have anything
A
else?
paladin.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
To test it for structural integrity. What are you talking about?
Excellent.
He minored in architecture.
Anything useful?
Lawful
Not
good
really
architects.
Minor things. Okay. I guess I'm done.
Okay, Flutza.
All right. Oh, look, he's granting combat advantage from way over here. So I am just going to sly flourish all over at him with one of these rusty new daggers. See how that works?
Great, you can give him tetanus too.
Oh,
Yes. Awesome.
In this episode, in this episode, 6 adventurers beat up on one guy.
that's as heroic as it gets, ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right. So that is a
Yeah,
22.
yeah. You rusty dagger him right in the shoulder.
Okay, so here I get to do.
I
all
hope he
this.
doesn't have a tetanus shot.
He only got his cooties shot.
I can't believe somebody was able to say rusty dagger without Steve saying something.
Too easy, man. Too easy.
Really?
That's saying something.
All right. Well, I did some lousy rolling there,
Wow,
but
that's like the least
yeah.
damage you ever done. Surprisingly,
Yep.
this
and it's
guy
12.
not dead.
So he's got blood oozing
I am
from a
shamed.
lot
It's,
of wounds,
I
but
blame
he's
it on the
still there.
rusty dagger. It's because this dagger is so poor in quality.
Yeah, you should have sharpened it.
I like the phrase "blame it
She
on the
said-
rusty dagger."
If only we could turn that into a song.
That's your.
Millie,
That's,
it's practically Millie Vanilli, frankly.
Flessa, would you like to do anything else?
Dagger.
No, I'm okay.
Dagger.
I'm okay
look
over here.
sharp.
Actually, well, you know what? I like pillars, so I'm gonna go here, and that's it.
Alrighty. Cat.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna hammer up on that dude. Let's try
Break it down.
Jolt of Lightning. Let's see if this actually works.
Oh, it's lightning time again.
It's lightning time.
Lightning time.
Lightning time.
Remember when the lightning almost killed that guy?
Technically,
By
it's
accident.
19 because you have combat advantage.
That's
against
right.
him.
Will a 19 hit his fortitude?
19 will hit his fortitude.
Yes.
Yay!
How much damage will it do?
Well, he is going to take 1d10 plus 5. Oops. That didn't like that. 1d10 plus 5.
Spoiler.
14 damage.
Is it more than 2?
It is more than 2.
The bugbear sort of staggers and then topples sideways, and as he goes, shoves out his hands and slams into that pillar. That pillar starts to shake, then it starts to quickly crumble.
Uh-oh.
And as it comes down, the entire ceiling in that area comes down with it.
Great.
So there is rubble.
I should not have
flying.
moved close to that pillar.
See,
your
this is why
heads.
Peter needs to test the integrity of the pillars before we
I
start
told
screwing around in
you.
these rooms.
Yeah, sorry.
If
you
Was
tap
someone
the
an
pillar-
architecture major? I don't understand buildings.
If you tap
From
the
here on
pillar-
out, Peter taps every pillar that we run across.
Technically, I was the one tapping it.
All right, so there is a nice big area of effect for this, which I think looks something like that.
Ouch.
So if you're in that square,
I'm
you're
not.
going to need to
I'm not.
succeed on an acrobatics check in order to avoid getting hit by falling rubble.
Alrighty.
Acrobatics check. I am not very acrobatic.
That is not going to work.
Eesh, 18.
-2.
-2.
I got an 8. So what now?
I critically failed acrobatics.
Wow.
All right, everybody who failed your acrobatics check,
What was
Alright,
the
you
difficulty?
Negatively failed.
you take 14 points
I
of
can't
damage.
hear
You haven't
anything
told us who that was yet.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did anybody? I'm looking at your acrobatics checks. Is that starting with Erica's at 18?
Yes.
Yeah, nobody beat a 20 on that, which is kind of what you were looking for.
Oh,
It turns out
Aw,
when the ceiling is falling from above you, it's pretty hard to avoid it.
what? Come
Peter
on.
looks up and just takes like chunks of rock in the face.
Aw.
He doesn't even try to
happens to
move.
Peter.
It's not the
lot.
first time.
So, 14 points of damage if you got hit by some rocks there.
Aw.
In addition, this whole area is now covered in rubble. I would
Great.
recommend
Difficult terrain.
not ending. More than that, It is definitely a difficult terrain, but in addition, you might take some damage if you sort of end your turn here because not all the ceiling has come down yet.
I'm moving.
Yeah.
All right, wait.
Wait.
It's not your turn.
Wait,
Grab
we're
that
still
guy's
in
keys
combat?
before you. move.
Oh, yes, you're still in combat for the moment. We'll let you pick your way out. Cat is done. Alestrin's not in there. Peter,
Well, can I move away from the the splash zone though?
yeah, sure.
All right, I'm going to do that.
Zombie.
Yeah, well, okay. We'll say you're out of combat so people can pick their way out from amongst the rubble.
I'm going to go step into the other room.
Yeah, I think let's get out of here.
Get his keys before you leave that area.
Oh, too late.
So everyone's retreating. You're just leaving all these prisoners chained up here?
No, we'll be
No.
back once the room's done collapsing.
I need to go use some healing surges.
The top half of the room seems
The
pretty
dude,
safe.
the dude with the eyes doesn't even know we were in here. So the
doesn't
dude
know
with
the dude
eyes.
without the eyes. Steve, please, that's insensitive.
Not as insensitive as his eyes.
Oh,
Technically, that's insensate. I would suggest that the top half of this room is actually pretty stable. You may.
It's got a great
You
pillar.
suggest that all you want. You want us dead.
You can.
You said those statues.
You
were
have
safe,
won
too.
at Dungeons and Dragons, my friend.
Well, you're all dead.
Yeah, Steve. If I wanted you dead, you'd be dead.
Guys, the important lesson to take away is that you should be insanely paranoid about the first 5 things you encounter in a D&D campaign.
Statues, ceilings.
Yeah, if you guys are not checking every statue and ceiling from here out, you've learned nothing.
Well, if we see another giant hole in the floor, I'm definitely looking at that thing.
So
That's just how to live life.
okay, I'm going to spend
So,
a couple of healing surges to not die.
That's fine.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Pro
Do you
tip.
have any healing words that you could use?
I
again?
can.
I
I
have some
do, in
words for the
fact.
other bugbear in the room.
Yeah, I'd like to resume my conversation with him once you guys are all.
Guys,
Because it was
guys,
so fascinating.
I did not know that was going to happen. You gotta believe me. If I'd known that was a thing, I would have mentioned it.
Leslie, you
So-
get a +4.
Thank
Yeah, when you said get him, that was really
Yeah.
not cool, man.
Well, I mean, like that guy's my cousin.
Was your
Not
cousin.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a great guy, but we got to stick together.
He
sometimes.
definitely isn't anymore.
No.
Look, and I'm not going to hold that against you. You did what you had to. I
Appreciate
understand.
that.
So why were you
Enjoy yourself,
encouraging
change the wall
him?
in here? Okay, we're gonna move on.
Guys, we have a bugbear who we can't trust, a zombie, and a blind dwarf. Why are we here?
Wait. What's the end of this joke?
Yeah.
They
all
don't.
walk
Well,
into
they
the,
don't walk
yawning
into a
portal.
bar because they're chained up.
I mean, the blind
dungeon.
dwarf walks into a bar.
Blind
he
dwarf
didn't see
walks
it.
into the yawning portal, falls into the yawning portal.
So what do you think? We
Zombie
just,
walks into the yawning portal, falls into the yawning portal.
Guys,
Bugbear
I
walks into the yawning. Never.
I
What
can
do you
really
think? We
help
just-
you out here.
leave
I
the
think
room
we-
and get on with our lives?
It's not too late to make a deal, right?
There's a creaky voice comes out of the northwest corridor, and it says, "Don't trust the bugbear."
Oh, thanks, dude. That was real well timed.
Yeah.
I didn't think you guys were idiots enough to trust the bugbear in the first place.
Well, we're not. If you could see, you'll see he's still chained to the wall.
Whoa. I'm still a little bit sensitive about.
So
the whole
who are you? Who are you, dwarf? Why are you here?
My name's Argus Copper Knight.
Oh, yeah, sure. Ask the dwarf who he is. No one ever
Oh.
asked the bugbear who he is.
Shut up, Smurgle. We've had enough out of you.
Sure.
Smurgle.
Argus Copper Knight. I am Peter Dragonforge. It's a pleasure to meet
Oh,
you.
boy.
We hates it forever.
Nice to meet you. I'm a bit of. I trust you guys are adventurers. You certainly don't sound like goblins or kobolds.
Well, we don't really sound like
Yeah.
adventurers either, but we are. Yes.
Well, we
Oh,
tried to
that's
roll
good
for
enough for me.
impressions earlier, but we didn't do such a hot job. So no, we don't.
I'm not really an adventurer, but I have been living down here for a few months. Well, at least until I got chained up against this wall. I was a cartographer.
Really?
How do you do that
Huh?
with
You made
with,
carts?
How do you do that with no eyes?
Again, sensitive subject. I had eyes. Now
Oh.
I'm more of an ex-cartographer, I guess.
I see. Do you have
Do
a
you s-
map of the dungeon here?
Funny story. No, I had some.
That's not funny.
It's funny to me. More of an
Wow.
irony.
You have a
funny than
strange
anything.
sense of
Yes, right.
humor.
When
I
dwarf.
hear when some
came to-
senses go, the sense of humor increases.
when you came to a wall, you got to find joy in what you can. Am I right,
It's the
Argus?
sixth sense.
Did
yeah.
you leave your maps in your cart?
She's a special kid, huh?
Also, what's with the
She
zombie?
is, but she's our kid.
What's
with
with the zombie here?
Beats me. They chained him up here. I think they just like baiting him.
That does sound like fun.
Yeah, bugbears would do that.
Dating him? Excuse me?
Yeah, dating. That's what I said.
So,
What did you say?
what? Why were you?
Baiting.
What were
They
you?
like poking him with sticks and stuff. Making
Wait a
him-
minute. That's
what were
actually
you-
not. That's not any better.
What were
You're
you
right.
mapping?
One at a time. One at a time.
They used him for fishing.
What were you mapping?
Oh, okay, sure.
Mapping the Undermountain. I try to sell some maps to adventurers when they come down here. Because nobody really knows their way around that well.
So where are your maps?
Chained to a wall. They didn't exactly let me keep them. I ran into this guy. These kobolds and goblins dragged me into this room. There's a guy there named what is it like Czar? Yeah, Czar. And this
What
other
about this, sir?
this other chick, Azel. Yeah, this elf woman.
Uh-huh.
It's a little sexist there, dwarfy.
I call him like I see him. Get it?
All right.
I thought it was a
Ah,
sensitive subject.
yeah, too soon? Wait.
So yeah, Czar seemed pretty worried about all those maps I had. Decided he really didn't want anybody else to have maps, so he took them all. And then, for good measure, I guess decided I wouldn't be making any more maps again.
So, do you happen to remember much of these maps?
I mean, a little bit, but unless, you're going to like write down everything I say, I don't know if I could really describe them to you. I mean, I spent a lot of time on them and I put them out on paper so I wouldn't have to remember them.
Well, yeah, but maybe you remember some important key things, like maybe where Czar's hideout was in relation to this particular
Yeah.
place.
Did you write down, do not go
Here
through
be
this door,
czars.
it is trapped, anything like that?
There were definitely a lot of traps, but yeah, I can't really remember where those are. I will tell you, yeah, I think Czar's place, I'd say it's mainly downstairs from here. It's beneath where we are now. This is sort of like, I gather, like, where one of his raiding parties hangs out.
One of his raiding parties.
Oh yeah. He's got like a bunch of them, I guess. I don't really know how many. You could ask, Smirkle over there. He might know. He used to.
Oh, yeah, I'd love
used to
to help.
run with him.
Love to help.
Do
Wait,
you know
what?
where Rutherford Ermbrusk is?
Oh, Rutherford Ermas. That name rings a bell. Yeah. I sold him a map. He was down here like a month ago or something.
3 months, I think.
3 months. Yeah, so the time flies when you have no eyes. It's a saying down here in the Underground.
Wow.
It was a pretty big one. One of my nicer maps.
years for
Lots
the
of
father.
flourishes, lots of details.
Are they sly flourishes? Because we've got an expert in those.
Don't get it. Not sure what you're talking about.
Argus, can you tell us why Smirgle was chained to the wall?
Smurley, you want to tell him? You want me to tell him?
I don't. Nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, a little bit.
You were baiting the zombie, weren't you?
I stole some food. I was hungry.
So Smirgle.
By some food, you mean like 5 people worth of food.
One bugbear's worth of food.
Yeah.
So Smirgle is in fact one of the guards down here.
Smirkle's not one of the guards anymore.
Ah.
Look, guys,
I
I'm
guess.
looking to make a new life for myself. So like turn this Smirgle ship around, and I feel like I could be a lot of help to you.
You don't even know what a ship is.
I've heard about ships.
Smirgle, what do you know about Rutherford Ermbrusk?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
What
he's-
can you tell us about Czar?
Czar is like my boss's boss's boss. He is a big deal here in the Undermountain. I would not mess with him.
When did he show up?
I don't know, like 2 weeks ago.
How did
He got the kobolds and the goblins working together. Those guys have been at each other's throats for like forever, and now they're like taking classes together, learning to speak a common tongue, sharing meals.
I overheard some of those classes. They weren't that great.
But like sharing meals and stuff. Czar's going to take over the whole labyrinth, and then he's going to take over Waterdeep, and then he's going to take over the world. He's got ideas.
Oh yeah, he's got ideas.
I thought this was like my ticket, and then the whole food situation, and now like he wants me to fight to the death in a pit for the amusement of the other guys.
In case you guys
Where
haven't
is
really
his
got
pit of
this, Czar's he's kind of a fickle guy when it comes to having a boss. I told you about that Azel elf lady that he was hanging out with.
Uh-huh.
woman,
Yeah.
elf woman.
Sorry, elf
Chick, I
woman.
think is what you said.
Yes,
But
I
sure.
believe
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, sorry. I shouldn't really.
Is that her over there?
Yeah, shouldn't really speak ill of the dead. She's lying over there.
That's what I was thinking.
So
Yeah, see-
I don't know what she did to him or but it's pretty clear what he did to her. So apparently, don't get on his bad side.
I bet she was great. This Czar guy, he's he's like a good leader, but he's kind of quick to judge, right? Not like you guys. Help me out here.
And what are you going to do if we let you go?
Probably.
Yeah, you said-
He's gonna eat 5 more people.
No,
Can I
not
be
people. Food. I ate food. Like
You
that.
did say that you had
People
something to
can
bargain
be
with,
food.
right? You said you were going to offer us something.
Yeah, I just told you like everything I know.
Thanks.
Okay, we've already got that. Now,
Yeah.
what else you got?
I mean, did Argus tell you about the Drake?
What Drake?
Who's
the Drake.
Well, maybe I'll tell you, if you can deal with these. He jangles his little manacles.
Hey, dwarf, what do you know about the Drake?
I never really saw it. I only heard it, but he seemed angry. I think Czar keeps it somewhere in one of those in his pit or something. That's about all I know about it.
Guys, I feel like we're wasting our time here.
No. This is great. We're getting to know each other. Like,
Just
I'm getting to know you.
Whatever you guys do me a favor. Don't leave me locked in here. I can't listen to this bugbear talk anymore.
I feel like we're working on
Did
something.
anybody grab
August.
the keys?
I think we should unlock
buried
the
right
dwarf.
now.
I think
Oh,
we should
I can
unlock
do
the dwarf.
That.
I mean,
That
the
hurts.
ceiling is
Someone's going to have to
unlock
walk him back to the basket.
Well, we'll
I
point him down the corridor, and he can figure it out. He knows. He's got the map in the mind.
Go
Apparently
west
he
until
does.
one of the statues shoots out blades at you, and then turn
Yeah.
south.
don't do that.
What a great land.
Oh yeah,
Lessa.
the Blady statues. Those were fun.
Lessa, unlock Argus, please.
You got it, boss.
When you
28.
Yeah, those manacles come away pretty smooth.
Argus, when you made a map of the Blady statues, did you make a note on how to disable them easily?
Yeah, duck.
Thank you. Smurgle, you work here. Do you know how to disable the statues?
Totally.
Flessin knows how to disable them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I can't
Alright, so-
disable the
we're good.
shooty parts though, the bows.
So here's the deal. We'll tie you up. We'll let you out of your manacles, and we'll walk you down the hall there, and you can disable the statues for us. And then we'll let you go.
I guess that's an okay deal.
I didn't expect you to actually accept that.
Oh,
Bluff called.
wait, I got to roll for bluff.
guys, I'm in a rough situation here. You don't want to know what they do to the people that start out here. It only gets worse.
So do we want to frog march him down to the corridor and just let the crossbow bolts have their way with him, or what?
That's pretty cool, even for a paladin.
If he's
Yeah.
on the up
Well,
and up,
unless he
as
actually
says he
knows-
is, he'll be able to disable him, and then no problem, right?
And
And if
we won't
not,
have
then
to
he
worry
was
about
lying
the
to us
other
anyway.
side.
All right. So what's your plan of action here, guys?
Well, I'm gonna walk Argus back to the.
Well, so I suggest
So
you
the
might
thinking.
once you get into the next room, Yordar, the half orc, is still hanging out there and seems to be sort of getting to his feet. So he suggests he could probably take the dwarf back up to the portal.
Nice.
Since he's going back up anyways.
That is super convenient, man.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Yordar.
All right, so not going down here again anytime soon, but I can get back up there. That's for sure.
Hey guys, don't forget about me, your friend Smurgle.
We'll be back. We'll be back, Spurgle.
And no rush, but don't forget. Jingle jangle.
All right, where are you guys headed?
Let's get out of this room.
Are there any bloodstains on this floor?
I mean, there's a bunch because there's a bunch of prisoners in here.
Well, I mean, from the guys that were being dragged.
Yeah, it looked like you noticed some bloodstains that got tracked out and then back in again in the last room. It seems like they probably dragged Yordar in here and then decided
and
they
they
didn't
took
really
him
have a
back
good
out.
place for him, so
Oh,
they
okay.
brought him back in that for a run. But other than that, and the usual sort of bloodstains from torture, like
The usual.
And of course, what you guys spilled when the ceiling fell in on you.
Yeah.
Also, you guys did murder 5, other people in this room, so there's a lot of blood.
They'd have more space for prisoners if they'd unchain the dead people and not chain zombies to pillars.
You're gonna tell a dead bugbear jailer how to do his job?
I am, yes.
He can't hear you. He's dead.
Well,
There is literally no room for improvement
Yeah.
for him.
But good job. Critical smugness, Melek.
I'm just saying. It's not a well-run prison so far.
You should see the kitchen.
All right, so you headed back into the previous room, or all the way back out to the hall, or what?
We should be clear. There are doors that you did not explore to the east of the prisoners' room and the south of the main room where you encountered the goblins.
Right.
So you have, and then of course, west of that there was the Hall of Statues with many, many doors and a second trail of blood leading to the west. So you have a lot of options.
But only 2 healing surges over here, just FYI.
Why don't we take a rest in the room where we killed all those people in?
What kind of rest are you taking?
Like a sleepy kind of rest.
Well, there's a
Well-
I
kitty.
feel like that will end up with us all in chains.
If we go back
Well,
to
we
the
take
bucket and go
watches.
upstairs,
Hello,
then I can get lots of money.
kitty.
I will say that as far as taking a sleepy rest goes, you guys have probably been down here for about maybe 2 hours.
You're not
I
sure
feel
what
like
the
we've been down here for a
hours is,
lot
Melek.
longer than that.
Combat only takes a few
Nope.
minutes.
It's like
Like-
2, but it's 2 hours dungeon time. It's like 2 hours at
Yeah.
Disneyland.
Yeah,
You
you're
get
dungeon
really
lagged.
tired.
You're a little dungeon lagged.
Yeah,
It's
some of you have low blood sugar.
I know I certainly have low blood sugar.
I was promised
Keezy.
s'mores.
Yeah, so that would be a tactical decision.
Let's get out of this room with the prisoners, because I don't want to listen to that stupid bugbear anymore.
See you guys later.
Here.
Catch you on the flip side. Am I right, Home Slice?
Do we want to listen to the doors to the south here in this big room?
I think it'll be hard to hear anything but the yammering bugbear right next to it.
I mean, you can close that door.
Keep it real.
So, I actually need to go to get dinner, is what I was saying.
You need to go. You need to go.
Yeah.
Well, we are
I don't
getting
know where you go. It is
close.
pretty late.
All right, so we'll regroup back in this room. You guys should decide where you're going from here.
I think we should go south, personally.
Would you like to check that room before you?
Yeah, I'd love to end on a cliffhanger, so yes.
Yeah.
Let's end on a cliffhanger.
Let's listen. Can I listen down here at the door?
All right, yeah. Roll some perception.
I'm going to do that, too. What's my perception bonus again?
Okay, I can't hear anything. It's just pops and whistles for me. I rolled a
That
6.
sounds like a solid.
Sounds like a
made
door.
Yeah, that is quality.
I rolled
door.
a 25. How's that?
That's pretty great. You don't hear anything. It sounds quiet.
Can we check for traps?
Sure. Roll perception on the door.
I already did that.
Yes, but you were listening. Not
11.
Looking.
How about a 16?
Doesn't appear to be trapped to you.
Hey, Flessa, can you check out this door and make sure we're not going to get hurt walking through it? But don't actually walk through it.
I can look at it,
That'd be great.
just like you did. Sure.
Thanks.
You are all staring at the door intently.
I have a hypothetical idea on a clever way to check for traps.
Flessa looks over that door and is pretty confident that there's no traps.
Does it
It
involve
involve-
orbs in any way?
Yeah, you guys
No,
don't
it
have to-
involves a
walking through.
bugbear at the end of a long stick.
All right, work in an orb somehow, and I'm sold.
You can put an orb on the stick.
Anything to help.
One accommodating bugbear.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
see anything I can do with this.
Just a thought here. If there's somebody else bleeding out down the other end of the statue hall, does anybody care if we get to that guy before he's dead?
But it's
Olestrin,
so
posing the
long.
moral quandaries.
Wow, that's a lot of
I
statues
just go
down
where
there.
I'm
though.
told.
Let's take a peek through this door, and then we'll go save that other guy.
All right, just
Okay.
one more door, and then we'll check some.
Peter, you
the
have
other guy.
a moral compass here, so
So, you
We're
Peek
missing
through the door.
knowledge.
someone
I'm
is-
unaligned, so I don't.
Someone's opening up that door.
All right, I opened the door.
All right. Beyond that door, you see a room that is
Is
largely
it a green door? Just out of curiosity.
It is largely empty. It's about a 25 foot by 25 foot room. There's an iron door securing sort of a bricked up part of that room. But it looks like a pretty heavy iron door that looks a lot to you like a vault. And I say
Wow.
door,
Maybe-
but honestly, you're not really sure how it would open. There seems
Let's
to be,
let's
you
go
know,
I'm
find
peeking
Geraldo
around.
and get him down
I'm
here.
curious.
Very intriguing.
but stupid.
I want to go look at it. Can I go look at
All
it?
right, let's go home.
Boss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Let's
go
check it out.
Go check it out.
Okay. I will carefully, since there are supposed to be traps everywhere, walk through this room and see if I can figure anything out about the door.
sure, feel free to take a look.
Okay. I will roll a pretty mediocre perception check there. That's a
It
12.
looks like a giant iron door. It's in a wall that seems pretty made out of stone. There's some brickwork going in there. You can't really discern an obvious handle. I mean, I guess there's sort of like, things around there that you could wedge it open with. You can't really see any hinges or anything like that, but you're pretty convinced it's a door.
I'm gonna take a look at it too. That didn't work.
It's a door. You've seen a lot of doors. This one's made of metal.
It's big.
It's big.
Quality door.
It's heavy.
I
It's
was-
large. It's wood. Oh, no,
It's a
iron.
door. I
Peter
can
bangs
guarantee
his
you
head on
it
that
is a
door.
door.
And it's
Ouch.
a nice dong.
Excuse me.
All right.
I'm listening at the door.
Maybe that guy Drake is behind it, or maybe one of the carts that the dwarf made.
I did I hear anything through the iron door?
You think you hear something very, very quiet, but you can't quite make it out.
That was a huge help. Thank you.
And we have no idea how we would open it.
Not really.
Is there a
seeing anything
keyhole?
obvious.
You believe that air, a medium on which noise can travel, exists on the other side of the door.
But you're not sure.
Maybe we should. I hate to say it, but maybe the bugbear guy would know about this door.
She's got a point.
guy.
Not that I want to talk to him.
So let's just leave the dude chained up and keep coming back to him for info throughout the campaign.
I think he'll be less and less thrilled every time we go back.
Well, what's he going to do?
Yeah, he seems pretty cheerful right now.
Sooner or
We can
later,
bring
maybe
him-
he'll tell us enough that we'll let you go. But
We can bring him food,
Not
keep him
there yet.
alive as long as we need to.
We don't
He is
have
an
that much
aspect of
food.
nature.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pop back over into the other room, just stick my head in and say, "Hey, Bugbear,
Hey, Peter,
what's
how's it going?
what's in that metal vault thing to the south of this room?"
Is it just you?
Yep.
Come here.
Nope. I'm just sticking my head through the door.
All right, dude, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. See you later.
All right, take care. We're just gonna leave you here then.
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
Later, bro.
Peter's like, yep, see you later. Backs out slowly.
Yep.
Kissing the finger.
Come here.
Like you were born yesterday.
Yes, you over here from just the other room. Like, that almost always works.
All right, should we get out of here? Go visit the other side of the other corridor,
There are other
or should we
doors,
go
too.
through that? Or should we go through that door that's over there by the stupid bugbear?
By the stupid bugbear.
It's really awkward because you just said goodbye to him, and then you have to like, say hi to him again. It's
Oh,
like,
hi.
I'm really leaving this time.
Yeah, it's
Just
extra awkward
kidding.
because he's chained to a wall.
What other doors do we have? There are other doors out in the hallway too, right?
Many doors.
Undermountain is a place of many doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milton. Sorry.
Are we just going to keep opening doors until we're attacked by something, and then that'll be
Yeah,
the
that
cliffhanger
may
to end the
happen.
session?
And then Sarah can have her food. Yeah.
Hungry.
All right. Well, I'd like to open the door that's next to the bugbear.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, how's it going?
I'm just gonna
There you
stay in
go.
the doorway here because
Fine,
I'm
fine.
embarrassed.
All right. So,
Finding your way around, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great
Hey.
actually.
Let me know
Hey,
if I can
Sparkle?
help.
What's through this door?
I feel like I have been really helpful, and that this has been.
No, you
kind of-
haven't. You haven't
No.
been helpful at all.
I feel like I've been
just
trying
talk a
to
lot.
be really helpful, and that this is kind of like a one-way friendship situation. Like maybe
That's
if
pretty
I help-
much. That's pretty much it. It's that you're tied up and we're not, and we would like you to actually tell us something interesting, and you have failed. So yeah,
If I tell you what's on the other side, will you let me go?
maybe not.
I feel like
Maybe later.
Do you promise not to attack us?
I totally promise not to attack you.
Don't believe him. He's chaotic evil.
You can
Oh
roll
my
insight.
yeah, no one has decided to roll insight on that. You just all decide not to trust the bugbear.
Yeah.
I mean, I roll a perception check.
No.
Do I think he's bluffing?
Insight would be the correct skill for that.
What is that one? Insight, wisdom plus 5, so it's the exact same thing. Would be 20 plus 5, 16. Is he
I got a
lying?
14. Yeah,
Lying, maybe?
Yep.
he's a bugbear and
You rolled
therefore a
a-
liar.
I trust him, but I trust everybody.
So you, Sarah, you rolled a 16. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And Peter rolled a 14.
I just want to get out of here.
Yeah, he seems pretty sincere.
All right. I think we can
Says
handle
the other
bugbear.
DM.
Hey,
Just
hey,
saying, I think
Bug-
we handled his brother pretty easily. You know, if he turns and attacks us, like we can probably take care of him pretty easily.
hey, bugbear. We tell us what's through here, and on our way back out of this room, we'll let you go.
Nothing personal, but what if you guys don't make it?
Well, then
Did you
you're out
see
of
what
luck.
we did to your brother?
I know, but like, there's a lot of guys down there.
You'll notice your chances of being released right now are pretty low.
How many guys?
How about what if you leave the keys with me, and it'll take me a little while to get out, but like
The keys are under that big pile of rubble right there.
Oh, what if? I don't know.
I am not digging them out, so don't even say that.
What if
That's
you
work.
What like I got two manacle here. What about you? One hand as a like meet me
What do you
halfway here.
mean? What do you mean? There are a lot of guys down there.
Well, there's a bunch of Sarah's got like an army. See,
And
I'm
the
helping.
army and
That's
the army is
helpful, right?
the
You
army is
look-
down behind this door.
Well, yeah, there's like down there is where like his headquarters are. Look, you look legitimately helped. I can tell, like with your eyes.
That actually was helpful.
Yeah, I'm helpful. I help
going to
all kinds of people.
Step
all the
right
time.
up and say that telling us where Czar's headquarters is was very helpful.
It is through those doors.
And
I would
you
not
don't-
lie to you about this.
Hey, Flessa.
But the dwarf said it was downstairs.
Yeah, it's downstairs through those doors. There's a couple other doors, but before you get to the stairs, it's definitely that way.
Oh.
See?
Okay.
Me and the dwarf, we're speaking the same language. Yeah, totally trust me like you trust him.
Yeah, it's common.
Yeah, common. Speak it all the time when I'm not speaking, goblin. We're buddies. We're just alike.
We got to see what's behind that door before we let you go. Sorry.
Okay, I will tell you. I really want to help you. There is like a laboratory on the other side of the door. See? I'm helping you.
What kind of laboratory?
I mean, I don't really know what types of laboratories there are.
A laboratory that leads to the headquarters?
Yes. Definitely yes.
Is there anybody working in the laboratory?
People that work for Czar. I mean, kobolds, which I consider people.
You have kobolds working in a laboratory?
It's
Terrible.
That's
Terrible
like-
idea.
They're kind of in like a different group from me. Like I don't get to eat lunch with them. But yeah, I don't know. Like
Laboratory
I don't
is-
know their names. But like I
laboratory's
would
not
recognize
certified.
them.
It's certainly not
It's
sterile.
really
The
more of a
Department of
crack
Health
house.
Look, guys. I mean, I've had my issues with how Czar runs these things. We're not exactly eye to eye on this. I'm looking for new opportunities, like where you let me go and I run away.
Flessa, he's been pretty helpful.
I have been great.
I think we should probably let him go, huh?
Okay.
Please don't murder me.
Whatever you think, boss.
Okay. If you try to attack us, by the way, Mr. Bugbear guy, we are going to
I will
hurt you.
You saw
I
it.
am-
I'll
Dear
stab you in
friend.
your kidneys.
I've seen what you guys can do. I'm
Right.
I'm just looking. Maybe I'll
I
I
open
still
a
think we
shop.
make him disarm the statues
All right.
first.
Flessa,
Right. 20 to unlock the manacles.
Yeah, those manacles pop right open.
Wow, this is great. No one's really ever been nice to me before.
And now that now that we've freed you, and there's no threats whatsoever, how about you be a nice guy and do us the favor of telling us how to disable those statues so we can get past them safely and easily?
Sure. He clears his throat and he goes.
did
Which-
Flessa understand that?
How many of you are arcane users?
I am
Okay, Monty, why don't you roll an Arcana check?
because
I've been hit with pot and acid earlier. I may be an arcane user.
You're a user of
Arcana
some sort.
that's not bad at all.
Users are losers, and losers are users.
26.
26.
To everybody else, it kind of sounds like gibberish. But to
Indeed.
Alec, you would recognize that is a power word, which could be used to control a trap, a magic trap, that presumably a person who created a magic trap would use to activate or deactivate or do something else to manipulate a trap.
All right, so let's march him down the hall and have him say it.
He is happy to oblige.
All right, let's do that.
All right, you
That's
adjourn
probably
to
a
the
good idea.
hallway. He does that, and he scampers off down the hallway, past the many statues that do not kill him, into the darkness.
Sounds good.
Fine.
He pauses just at the edge of the shadow of the darkness. He waves at you guys. Bye, friends.
Bye.
Good luck.
I liked him.
I'm gonna. if you guys ever come to my shop, I'll get you a discount.
You have a shop?
I'm going to open a shop while I was chained up there.
Somewhere, Argus Copperhead says, "Oh, great."
Dream big, Bugbear, dream big.
I feel like I could make some good sandwiches. Bye.
As he rounds the corner.
And that is probably the last we'll ever see of Smurgle the Bugbear.
No.
No guarantees.
No guarantees.
Okay. So we've started
So do we want to keep going down the hallway, or do we want to come back to this room that has a laboratory full of kobolds?
Let's go down the hallway and free the person.
Yeah, follow the blood trail down the other hallway.
Yeah, sure.
All
And
right,
then
so
maybe get dinner.
Yeah, we will do there'll be a
all right,
a
so
cliffhanger.
you guys walk Burke to the Hall of Heroes, which you may recall is full of statues.
Some of which tried to kill us.
Some
I had
of
actually
did
forgotten that, so
indeed
thank you for
try
reminding me.
to kill you.
Power word. Power word.
Yes, so the statues do seem, as Smurgle demonstrated, the statues do seem to be disabled by the use of that word. And you may recall there is a blood trail leading down the hallway.
Do we go down the hallway? I think we do.
Yeah, let's go down the hallway.
All right, so I see
Down
Rizwin's
the
heading down the
hallway.
hallway, and you see that blood trail seems to head to the west, and Rizwin is now close enough to see that it disappears through that door. Oh,
No, there is a door there.
She took a left.
Oh.
The wrong direction.
This way.
There you go. Yeah, see, there seems to be a blood trail. Seems to
door.
terminate in this door over here.
I go
Ah.
listen at the door.
That room, give me a perception roll.
Not very high.
Seems
She
pretty
gets
quiet.
+1 though.
You don't hear anything of note.
Oh. I'm gonna listen
Yeah.
too.
Everyone crowds around the doors,
I'm not
mindful of the statues.
Heck no.
Okay.
I don't hear anything.
too crowded.
All right. Yeah.
But
it's-
somebody should maybe see if
I
there
get
are
a
traps.
21.
You hear pretty well, and hear. I don't know. You hear like what sounds like maybe a faint rattling, but like not really
Air
sure.
conditioning.
Dude,
it's probably air
there's a
conditioning.
baby in there.
Ooh.
Too much acid. Too much acid.
Let's
Checking for traps.
Blessa?
I feel like
Me?
we're
An
missing
An
opportunities to
exploding
open more
baby.
doors.
For the
I checked
record,
for-
I'm not great at checking for
I don't know.
traps.
Do we attack them with a
I
door?
checked-
They are terrified
I
of
check for
them.
traps. I roll a 19. Check for traps.
You feel great about that door. Quality door.
I open the door.
All right. So you guys probably.
You want to check for the make and the woodworking on that door while you're there?
Yeah.
It seems
Architecture
like
man.
Solid dwarf construction. You know.
You step into a room, which you may see here, which appears pretty small. There's a blood trail. It ends in a corpse. There's
That guy looks dead.
there's a throne in this room, and even more weirdly,
There's an ever-moving jumble of bones, including a skull, floating over the throne seat. A pair of bony feet rest
You're
on the
describing
floor,
puberty.
exactly where they would be if the skeleton was seated on the throne. Leg bones up to the knee are still attached to the feet. The body of a human clad in robes with a pointy hat lies on the ground.
Oh
nearby.
no, the pointy head guy! No.
To be continued.
dun, dun, dun!
Wait, this must be Zarek.
But
Well, it was.
once upon a time,
Could be Hallister Blackcloak.
Yes,
And
he is on level 1 of his amazing labyrinth.
what
Cannot
will
make it
happen
past those
next?
statues that he created.
Congratulations,
Curses!
guys. You
They
solved
figured out the
under-
secret to my labyrinth. Turn left the first time.
So, you guys have earned some XP today, I believe.
What?
I know, that's pretty exciting, right? For doing...
Did we earn any XP last time with the stupid statues?
You did. Tony, tell them what they've won.
You earned, for dealing with the statues last time, a combined group XP of 750. For dealing with the kobolds and goblins, 550. And for dealing with the bugbear jailer and his great, super awesome, rad guy, bugbear friend, 475. You are at about 295 each. And you know that when you get to 1,000, you will be level 2. So you're,
Wait, we're
Ha, ha,
already
ha.
level 2.
that thing. I'm bad at math. Don't pay attention to me.
Yes.
I forget what number you need to get to. It's bigger than what you have now. I think maybe you're like a third of the way there, but I don't know because I'm that bad at math.
Are you the bugbear again?
There's a,
Spoiler, he's always the bugbear.
yeah, all of the characters I play are based on me. It's like the worst one-man show you've ever seen.
Yes. So to,
No, not yet.
to clarify, in order to reach level 3, you need 2250.
You are a long way to go.
Nowhere close. Yes.
Well, you're at 1395 or 1295 or so.
You're like 1/10 of the way there.
All right.
Are we supposed to be keeping track of that?
Nope,
or
we
is
got
that
it. We got it covered.
All right.
We
Why the hell
so-
are we even talking about it then?
So
We're
this
just
is
to encourage and motivate you, Steve. Feel how encouraged
Don't
and
irritate
motivated
me with
you
these
are.
trifles that you're taking care of anyway.
I am doing all the math for you. You can totally trust me on this and everything.
Of course.
I trust you, but I trust everybody.
That's the spirit. Be more like her.
Yay.
All right. Thank you guys all
Yeah.
for playing
Thank
this
you.
wonderful session.